Welcome into this presentation of Coyotes baseball here in the College of Southern Nevada Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Carmen Colosimo.
I'm James Hernandez. Thanks for tuning in with us on this Valentine's Day, folks. We're happy to bring you another installment of Coyotes baseball.
Yes, guys, welcome in once again. Valentine's Day here at the park. 2-for-1 day. Bring your lady along. She gets in free. It's a 2-for-1. Beautiful day, and have some good baseball underway here as the College of Southern Nevada takes on the Prarie Baseball Academy. The Prarie Baseball Academy. It's going to be a real good game today. Prarie Baseball Academy defeated the Salt Lake Community College Bruins before this game took place. James, you saw a little bit of the game. What did you think of Prarie?
Well, it was a wild game. Prarie was able to put 15 runs on the board. They were able to keep the pressure on Salt Lake consistently. They scored in 7 of the 9 runs they took at bats, and hopefully Gabe Gonzalez will be able to cool those bats down a little bit leading off.
Gabe Gonzalez is going to get the start for the Coyotes today, coming into the day with a 1-0 record on the season with a 1.74 ERA, 10 1/3 innings pitched. That would be 2 starts to be exact. 14 strikeouts to 6 walks. Definitely looking to cut down on the walks, but he's doing a lot better than he was last year, James.
Yeah, I think Gabe's, matured a little bit in his sophomore year. He's kind of focusing less on velocity, more on making his pitches and just getting outs. And that's what the Coyotes need from one of their aces here at the top of the lineup. They have a fantastic rotation. If Gabe and AJ can do what they're projected to do, I have no reason to believe that we can't not only win the Scenic West Athletic Conference, but maybe even better upon last season's result and get to all the way to Grand Junction.
Get to Grand Junction. Last night was a preview of what they can do against the top team. We beat the Yavapai Rough Riders last night by a score of 7-2. Made a good team look pretty bad. The Yavapai Rough Riders made 4 errors on the night. Coyote bats are absolutely on fire. Of course, starting with Drew Newson, who had 2 home runs on the night last night. Showed some power we really haven't seen out of the sophomore catcher this year.
Yeah, Drew stole the show. He had 2 home runs in his first 2 at-bats. Brody Westmoreland chipped in with another home run, his 3rd of the season. And these Coyotes have hit 10 home runs in their last 25 innings of baseball. Explosive offense so far.
Absolutely terrific. And we're going to have the leadoff hitter come up for Prarie here. It's going to be number 18, the left fielder, Dustin Brown.
Gabe Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the game to Brown, and it's taken inside for ball 1.
High inside fastball. You'll see that a lot from Gabe today, and we'll get you the fielding lineups for Prarie after this for the Coyotes after this next pitch here.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-0. And it's a strike on the outside corner. It's going to even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here we go, going around the horn for the Coyotes from 3rd to 1st. You have Perns at 3rd, Martz at short, Dylan Johnson at 2nd, and Verdugo at 1st.
Gabe comes set to deliver the 1-1. That's fouled off to the first base side. It's going to get out of play, and it's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Catching Gonzalez today is going to be Blake Wiggins. Called him Andrew Wiggins last night on a total brain fart. It was all NBA'd out. Going from left to right, you have Hand, Latham, and Westmoreland.
That's all right, Carmen. It's NBA All-Star Weekend. You could make an NBA mistake here on that time of year, if any.
Well, thanks for the courtesy, Jay.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-2 to Brown. And that's taken low and outside. It's going to even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I like that after 3 consecutive fastballs, coming back with a changeup, just trying to change the tempo on Dustin Brown here in the first at-bat of the ball game.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 2-2 to Brown. And the pitch is swung on and grounded toward the 3rd base hole. That's through the left-hand side of the infield there for a leadoff single. Dustin Brown is on first, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Austin Skibler.
Dustin Brown really locked in on that at-bat. Took a 2-2 pitch through the left side of the hole. Nice job staying with the fastball after receiving an off-speed pitch. Just showed his patience out there, waited for the pitch he wanted, and gets on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, getting the opportunity to see this Prarie team hit, they're definitely undaunted by the pitcher on the mound there. They're going to take their hacks, and they're going to attack. CSN has to be ready for that. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Skibler.
Coyote infield and double play depth here.
And the first pitch is fouled out of play over the right-hand side of the field. It's going to bring the count to 0-1.
I'm a little bit surprised Jared Perns at 3rd base isn't playing a little bit closer in on the lip of the infield right now. A big bunting situation, first inning, leadoff man on. I would think they'd be a bit more cautious of this situation, but maybe they don't think Prarie is going to lay down a bunt.
Yeah, excellent call there. Maybe Prarie's offensive outburst has the Coyotes thinking they're playing for more than 1. Gonzalez with the throwback to first base. Verdugo lays a tag down, but Dustin Brown is back in time. Gabe gets himself set on the mound.
Haven't known Gabe Gonzalez to have a really good pickoff move, but see what he can do today.
Gabe set to deliver the 0-1 pitch. And that's taken a little wide and outside for ball 1.
Gabe getting ahead early here in the count, but as we said, now back even at 1 ball and 1 strike. If you are new to the broadcast, everybody, down both left and right field lines, 335 feet to left and right center, 375, and to center, 400 feet.
Gonzalez gets set to deliver the 1-1 to Shibler. And that's grounded up the first base side off of Jose Verdugo's glove. Dustin Johnson recovers in time to throw to Gonzalez at first for the out. Excellent play by Dustin Johnson there to stick with the ball and make a great throw to Gonzalez to retire the batter at first.
What a heads-up play there by Gabe Gonzalez as he sees the ball deflect off Verdugo's glove. Makes a great hustle play to get over the first and cover that bag just in time for out number 1. That's going to bring up the right fielder, number 33, Corey Scammell.
And Scammell digs in from the left-hand side of the plate here as Gonzalez gets ready to deliver the first pitch of this at-bat with 1 down in the inning and a runner on second base.
Got a little bit of a breeze blowing from left to right here, so
perfect day for baseball.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous. Supposed to be 75 degrees here today.
Can't ask for anything better. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, and he steps off and looks the runner back to second. The runner be Dustin Brown, left fielder, who led off this game with a single.
Getting that leadoff man on is key for any team, and you already see threatening here early on with one down in the first inning.
Gonzalez set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, and then swung on and missed for strike 1.
You could see Scammell was trying to sit dead red fastball, swung way over and too early on the off-speed changeup. You like to see Gabe Gonzalez mixing in a quality changeup with a really good fastball he brings.
He's going to have to with these aggressive Prairie Baseball Academy hitters. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 0-1 to Scammell. And it's taken wide and outside for ball 1.
One thing you notice about Brown when he was on first base and now on second, not really threatening as a runner, doesn't take much of a lead at all. Just takes barely a 1-step lead off the second base bag. Not really much of a threat on second base right now, not doing any dancing, just keeping still.
Even for a leadoff hitter, appears to be content being station to station. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-1, and that's swung on and missed for strike 2.
And that's a good fastball right there, putting it up high to where he can't reach it. If you're going to miss too high, as you'd like to say, to where it's out of the zone, the batter cannot touch it.
One thing Mr. Gonzalez does not lack is velocity. That last pitch touching 90s. He comes set to deliver the 1-2 here to Scammell. It's taken high and outside. It's going to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tried to get him to bite on another fastball as Blake Wiggins sets up outside, asks for the ball low at the knees. Gabe missing his zone, missing high and in the zone. Has to cut down on missing high. It's the second pitch in a row he's missed high on. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Gabe comes set to deliver the 2-2 here to Scammell. Runner on second base. Prairie Baseball threatening here in the top half of the first inning. Gonzalez delivers a 2-2, and that's swung on a hit up the right field side. Verdugo has that at first. Takes it himself for the second out of the inning. Brown does get to third base, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 36, Mitch Grisbrook. Excuse me.
It's okay, James. Verdugo, it's a simple play there, but Verdugo been struggling a little bit this season. A simple put out like that can really increase the confidence going forward as Brown does move to third. With 2 down here.
Gonzalez set for the first pitch of the at-bat to Grisbrook, and that's taken on the inside corner for a called strike.
Nice little curveball in the inner half. If he swings, it does nothing more than either break that bat or induce a ground ball, especially on this live infield today.
Gonzalez set for the 0-1 to Grisbrook, and that's swung on and miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Grisbrook looks overmatched at the plate right now. One off speed and a fastball blew it right by him. Gabe Gonzalez ready to get out of the mini jam he got himself into.
And Gabe comes set to deliver, and that's swung on and missed for the 3rd strike of the at-bat and the 3rd out of the inning. Prairie Baseball threatens but doesn't get anyone across. 1 hit as we head to the bottom of the 1st inning here on the Coyote Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to this presentation of Coyotes Baseball here on the Coyote Sports Network on our CSN Athletics YouTube channel. Coyote lineup coming to the plate. Read it to you. It's going to go like this. Number 32, the second baseman, Dylan Johnson, leading things off for the Coyotes. 22, the center fielder, Jarrell Latham, batting second. Batting third is going to be number 23, the catcher, Blake Wiggins. Cleaning up is going to be number 19, the left fielder, Jordan Hand. Batting fifth is going to be number 17, the right fielder, Brody Westmoreland. Batting sixth is going to be the designated hitter, number 3, Drew Newson. Batting seventh will be number 24, the first baseman, Jose Verdugo. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 2, Jay Martz. Rounding out the lineup, playing third is Perns.
And Prairie baseball lefty Rhett Fesser gets set to deliver the first pitch, and that's in there on the outside corner for a called strike one. Dylan Johnson settles in here batting .370 on this early season with 17 hits already, Carmen.
Yeah, leading the team in hits. Just a terrific season he's having from the leadoff spot, slugging .522 out of the leadoff spot as well. Can't ask for much more out of your leadoff hitter than what you're getting out of Johnson.
Not at all. The lefty Fesser catches the outside corner for strike two, and here's the 0-2 delivery to Johnson. That's fouled off the right-hand side. Now remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Johnson seeing everything well. And so he's stealing bases, has a couple stolen bases on the year as well, really making things happen from that leadoff spot.
Yeah, Dylan Johnson is just a seamless transition here from Tyler Brown to Johnson as he grounds one to the shortstop, and it takes a funny hop over the shortstop's head. It's going to get into the outfield grass here. Fielded by the left fielder and thrown back in. Dylan Johnson with a leadoff single to start the game.
Ball hit hard on an 0-2 pitch. Should have been a routine ground ball, but unfortunately must hit a little pebble in the infield. Looks like there's a lot of clunked up dirt by the shortstop Shibler over there, so maybe be a little bit tough going over there at shortstop for both sides, not just for the Prairie.
You got it. That's exactly what happened. Jarrell Latham digs in here. Center fielder looking for his first pitch of the at-bat. Fesser comes set to deliver. And Latham shows bunt. The ball's taken high and inside for ball one.
And Jarrell Latham, lefty-lefty matchup where we saw him hit a home run a few nights back. Jarrell Latham batting .283. I believe he was coming into the 7-game and 8-day stretch in the 100s. Got all the way up to .283. So
highlight of his Coyote career so far was that grand slam the first night of the homestand, and that would be against Okanagan College. He had a walk-off grand slam. Coyotes walked off 13 runs that first night, and they've just kept the bats hot the whole time.
Yeah, haven't slowed down since. Really keeping a close eye on Johnson at first is Fesser.
Fesser keeps throwing the ball over there. Coyotes have been active on the base pass during this homestand, so he's been doing his homework. Jarrell Latham gets set to receive the 1-0 from Fesser. And it's going to be a called strike on the outside corner. Latham showing bunt again here. Whether he'll drop it down or not is your guess is as good as mine, but he's definitely got the speed that if he does get something on the ground, is always a potential threat to beat that out for an infield hit.
Oh, yeah, that pitch right there was wise to pull back on. If he tries to bunt that ball, it's just going to get popped up. You don't want to try to bunt a high fastball over the plate.
Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-1. That's taken high and inside for ball 2. You're right, though, Carmen. There was nothing he could do with that pitch except pop it up. It would have been an easy pop-up to either the catcher or the pitcher there, so Latham wisely watches it go by.
Another move over to first base. Just really fearing Dylan Johnson on the bags. Middle infield and double play depth ready to turn to.
Yeah.
Third baseman Semenuk, is that how you say it?
Semenuk, yes, Semenuk. Absolutely.
Coming in.
And that's exactly right. Fesser's already thrown over 3 times there to Dylan Johnson. He gets set to deliver the 2-1 to Latham, and that's hit toward the gap in left center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the warning track here. Dylan Johnson getting waved home from Coach Garitano. He's going to make it home and touch the plate without a throw. Coyotes up 1-0 here
already.
RBI double for Jarrell Latham as he stands on second base. Still red hot, obviously, Carmen.
Yeah, absolutely on fire is Jarrell Latham, scoring Dylan Johnson with the RBI double, as you mentioned, bringing him all the way around. That was a shot to the left center field gap, too.
And speaking of on fire, we have Blake Wiggins appropriately stepping to the plate here. 13 hits on the season, 4 home runs, and a team-leading 18 RBIs. Carmen, tell him a little bit about the pride of Little Rock, Arkansas.
The power. That's where I'm going to start and end. His power is unreal. I haven't seen any power at this school like this since Bryce Harper played here. He could take the ball to any part of the field at any given time during the ball game.
Fesser comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Wiggins. And that's taken low and inside for a ball.
And Fesser better be thinking like a baseball professor here to try to work around Wiggins, and really has to be careful. We've seen him take pitches that should jam most batters the opposite way out for a home run. If you leave that ball over the plate, especially a left-hander who's going to try to command the outside of the zone, Really dangerous against Wiggins.
1-0 from Fesser's driven up the left field line. Well foul. It's going to bring the count to 1-1. You're right, Carmen. You hit the nail on the head there with Wiggins. His inside-out swing and his willingness to go to the opposite field is really impressive, especially for a redshirt freshman. He has great plate discipline, handles the bat extremely well at the plate.
And what goes unnoticed, I know he's batting, but his glove and his arm is tremendous.
Oh, fantastic. He catches, he plays third. I mean, he's a really all-around athlete.
Hey, he hasn't made an error all year and has had to make some tough plays from third base.
Fesser set to deliver the 1-1 instead. He gets off the mound and looks back at Latham, keeping him as close as possible at second base here. Doesn't want Jarrell getting too big of a secondary lead.
We know he's aggressive on those base paths. Jarrell Latham likes to steal. Already has 6 stolen bases on the year. I'd like to add to those totals today.
And Latham gets a fantastic secondary lead. If you notice, he'll get out by the shortstop before the bat's over.
Ooh.
Wiggins with a little excuse-me swing up the line there. It looks like it's going to be called a foul ball.
Just rolled to the right of the first base foul line just in time before the first baseman got there, wisely letting that ball roll. Sometimes you see players let the ball roll, but it'll just stay in play. But I didn't think that was a wise move to try to make a play. And sure enough, it paid off for them.
It's a good job there to let it roll foul. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Wiggins. He'll be looking to protect here.
Wiggins is dangerous on 2 strikes as well. The majority of his home runs coming on 2-strike pitches this year. When a pitcher thinks he has him down and out potentially is when he's most dangerous.
Yeah, let's hope the bat can at least be productive and he can move Latham to third with no outs in the inning here as Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2 to Wiggins. And it's swung on and fouled down the left field line there. It's going to get out of play again.
I mean, every ball he hits, even foul, makes you jump out of your seat. Don't exclude me from that. I jumped up and had to take an extra peek out the window here.
As did I. Like I said, the sound that the ball makes coming off this young man's bat is something special. Like I said, number 23, Blake Wiggins here, just has some pop to all fields. I mean, this guy's he's a treat to watch as he digs in here to receive the 1-2 pitch from Fesser. And Fesser calls time, steps off the mound.
You want to take a break, too, at giving some new signs as well with Jarrell Latham on second base, definitely communicating with Wiggins. Pitcher having to change it up with his catcher. It's a common thing you see at every level of baseball.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when you have that runner peering in from second here. You don't want him stealing any signs. Fesser comes set at the belt to deliver the 1-2. And
oh boy!
Instead, fakes the throw to second. Kind of had Latham leaning a little bit there.
Delayed going back was Jarrell Latham. Had to wait an extra second. He saw the pitcher, dove back as the pitcher turned around. If that pitcher would have been committed in Fesser, he might have had him.
He might have. Fesser really needs to concentrate the batter at the plate, though. Doesn't want to pay too much attention to Latham as he delivers the 1-2, and Wiggins pops that foul.
Good at bat here by Wiggins, making Fesser throw some extra pitches. Last night, Wiggins, a little bit of a struggle, going 0 for last night. Reached on an error. He was on base and everything, but had a few strikeouts to his name uncharacteristically. Had a bad night, but yeah, everybody has an off night.
Well, first 3 games of the homestand, at least 1 home run in each of those games, so he was due a bad night, if we want to call it a bad night. He still got the win over rival Yavapai College, so it was great all around. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2, and Wiggins grounds that toward the shortstop. He gloves it, but can't get the throw off in time. He does have Latham picked off, though, it appears. Latham in between. Wiggins wisely getting to second base, which is a smart move there. Latham is tagged out for the first out of the inning here. Blake Wiggins is going to be standing on second base, though in scoring position with only 1 out for the left fielder, number 19, Jordan Hand.
A very wise play, as you said, by Wiggins to go to second base while they're distracted in the rundown with Latham. You'd love to see heads-up baseball by these Coyotes here. Another runner in scoring position with only 1 down.
Yep, Latham knew he was in some trouble, but he did stay in the pickle long enough to get his batter to second base, his battery mate there, and then we're going to have a courtesy runner for Blake Wiggins. Let me get a number for you there.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see who that is.
All right, folks, we're trying to get you a number here.
Yeah, I can't see the number. It's the only reason we don't have it yet. And it looks like Cade, I believe that's Cade Urban coming out to run. No, a little bit too short. Number 12. Urban? That is not Long.
And that's going to be Tyler Long, the courtesy runner for the catcher Blake Wiggins at second base. It said Coyotes have only 1 out in the inning and already 1 home on 2 hits as they lead Prairie Baseball Academy 1-0.
Jordan Hand stepping in the dish here, batting .366 on the year with 3 home runs himself. We said this 1 through 5, and this lineup is capable of hitting the ball out of the ballpark at any time.
Absolute dynamite. Fesser comes set to deliver the first pitch to Hand, and that's cut on and missed for strike 1.
Nice pitch there, a little fastball high. thinking he could hit that ball, and these Coyote bats have been so aggressive that, like you said, a supersized beach ball.
Well, I was going to say, you said it, Carmen. It looks like a beach ball coming up there to those guys, and they're not missing them.
Yeah, I don't want to be too repetitive, but if we use that word all week and it's worked for these guys, we're a little bit superstitious ourselves, so we'll stick with the word. Ooh.
And Fesser delivers a very close breaking pitch. It just misses the outside part of the plate, and that's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike.
And if Fesser's going to have any success today, he's going to have to establish that outside corner against these right-handed bats to really just keep them off stride and keep them from, sitting comfortable and sitting back on pitches.
Absolutely. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-1 to Jordan Hand. Tyler Long getting a decent lead off second, and now looks like he may be picked off, but he's in there. Gets back to second safely. He's living a little bit dangerously, but able to get back to the bag.
I don't know what's up with Fesser. He's had 2 guys technically almost dead to rights in Latham and Long. I still just can't quite get him in time.
Yeah, I commented he looked like he was paying a little too much attention to the runner, but he must know what he's doing out there. Like I said, he almost had Tyler Long dead to rights there. Long lucky to slide back into the base safely. And Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-1 to Jordan Hand. And Hand takes a hack and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And a nice little 71-mile-an-hour breaking pitch.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for fastball, and when he didn't get it, he actually looked like it was not early, but behind that pitch, he was thrown off at the movement, and ball was left up in the zone. Kind of a good pitch to take, but wasn't fast enough for him.
No, it wasn't. Hand was a little bit, I think, like you said, he was sitting dead red and tried to adjust to the breaking pitch to no avail. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. And Hand puts that in play right past the second baseman. Let's see if they send Long. Long holds up there at third. Single to right field. Mark that a 1B there in your books for Jordan Hand. We have Coyotes on the corners with only 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, Coyotes threatening already, just creating absolute havoc on the Prairie Baseball Academy. It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 17, Brody Westmoreland. And man, is this 1 through 5 unbelievable. Just to start out these first, we're in our 13th game now, so we'll call it first 13 games have been on fire doing their thing, and the pitching looks like it's coming around for these Coyotes as well.
Yeah, Westmoreland started out the homestand with some singles, got his power surge back as he put one over the left field wall yesterday to help the Coyotes to a 7-2 win. Let's see what he has in store here. Fesser comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Westmoreland. And instead he throws over to first. Jordan Hand back in plenty of time there.
Keeping them honest on the bag. Don't want them getting any sort of lead.
Yeah, Fesser doing a good job, actually, of just keeping the runners honest there. Coyotes have been active on the base pass. Fesser comes set at the belt to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Brody Westmoreland. And Brody fouls that back behind us here. It's going to bring the count to 0 balls and 1 strike.
And Brody Westmoreland showing a good eye all weekend, as you mentioned. James has just been seeing the ball well after the road trip as well. We heard that he was a pleasure to watch once he does get in a groove, and boy, has he got in a groove this weekend.
Yeah, the word around the locker room is he might have the most power on this team. That's what some people say.
That's saying something.
That's saying a lot here with this 2016 version of the Coyotes, but we'll see. Brody Westmoreland definitely has some pop in that bat. Fesser comes set to deliver, and Westmoreland drops down a bunt. Excellent job there by Brody Westmoreland up the first base side. That's going to score Tyler Long from third. Coyotes plate their second run of the inning. Very unselfish baseball, Carmen, for the second run. It produces a second run of the inning for CSN.
Yes, especially with such a powerful bat that Westmoreland has. He lays down the bunt. Kind of reminds, especially kind of like an Anthony Rizzo type of player. He has a ton of power, but not afraid to lay down a bunt when the situation calls for it. Not many big men can lay down a good bunt.
Very
like
good comparison, Carmen. He handles the bat well, as Anthony Rizzo does. One of my favorite players to watch hit. Cuts first baseman, of course. And speaking of power, it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Drew Newsom. Fesser comes set to deliver the first pitch to Newsom, and that's taken on the inside corner for a strike. Of course, Newsom was the star of last night's game with 2 home runs in his first 2 plate appearances. Also had a putout from the catcher position.
Yeah, he had a terrific night last night. Was MVP of the game last night. If you saw the article, obviously you saw the article because you wrote it. So
thank you, Carmen. I appreciate that. Fesser comes set to deliver the 0-1 to Newsom, and that's taken high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Drew Newsom. Cover the picture on the page was really cool. If you guys can get onto the CSNCoyotes.com webpage.
I'll credit our sports information director, Drew Farr, with that photo. It looked fantastic. The blue flames really made everything stand out there, and he did a great job for that.
It was fitting. just fit for last night. He was on fire.
On fire, as a lot of these Coyotes have been this homestand. Drew takes a hack, and that's going to be fouled just up the left field line.
I mean, did you hear the contact he just made with that? Every ball that these guys hit, they barrel up, and it is loud. It gets everybody attention in the ballpark. The
ball is jumping off the bat. And speaking of the ballpark, we have a nice crowd here on a fantastic afternoon for baseball. Mid-70s here. Great turnout on Valentine's Day. Thanks, folks, for tuning in and listening to Carmen and I. And if you're not, hopefully you're in the ballpark watching live. Fesser comes set to deliver to Newson, and Newson pops that right into center field here. It's going to be a base hit. And, of course, that's going to score run number 3 of the inning for the Coyotes here. Coyotes jumping all over Prairie baseball early here as Drew Newson stays hot with a RBI single. It's going to bring the Coyotes lead to 3-0 here. 4th hit of the inning for CSN.
What was Curry doing in center field? That ball hung up for a while. He had a good look at the ball, but he just seemed like he let it drop in front of his feet.
You're right, Carmen. I thought he was going to charge it, maybe try to make a play on that. He instead kind of hesitated, took it on one bounce, and an RBI single for Drew Newson. Here comes Jose Verdugo, first baseman here. Fesser comes set to deliver. And Verdugo takes a pitch, low and inside for ball 1.
Got a look a few nights ago at Verdugo, went to 1 swing and 1 out, so hopefully see a little bit more of him today, as we will, and hopefully he shows a little bit more patience at the plate.
Verdugo got in and flew out to left field in his only plate appearance of that game. Fesser keeps Drew Newson honest with the throw over to the first baseman here. Even though Drew might not be much of a threat to steal, he does have some wheels for a catcher, so we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. He's faster than the average catchers. He can play just about any position in the infield. Very athletic.
Good athlete, absolutely. Fesser comes set to deliver to Verdugo, and that ball is chopped up the third base side. Third baseman grabs that and throws over to first, and plenty of time to retire Jose Verdugo. Coyotes do some damage here, put a crooked number up at the bottom of the first. CSN leads Prairie Baseball Academy 3-0 here on the Coyotes Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks, as Gabe Gonzalez finishes up his warm-up pitches here. Leading off the top half of the second inning for the Coyotes is going to be Brett Simonek, followed by Carter Whitbeck and Matt Malik.
5, 6, and 7 due up in the inning.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch to Simonek, and that's on the inside part of the corner for a called strike.
93-mile-an-hour fastball. It didn't even look like it was 93. He throws so soft,
so effortless to get that ball in the low 90s, mid 90s. Gabe definitely has some heat behind his pitches. His next pitch is taken low and inside for ball 1.
If you notice, it's all strategy where he stands, especially against lefties. He stands way on, well, if you're looking from our camera angle to the right, stands almost on the edge of that rubber. He stands very much on the edge, never stands in the middle. You'll see his stance if you're watching on video at home. Really just on the edge, and it's all for positioning against left-handed and right-handed bats.
Gabe comes set to deliver the 1-1. And that's a little bit low for ball 2. It looks like we're watching a whole new pitcher, Carmen. I mean, we seen him last year. He definitely had some issues. Sometimes he was a little bit wild. Sometimes his confidence wavered, but it looks like him on the bump this year. It looks like a whole totally different person. It's great to see that from Gabe. And the 2-1 is driven into center field. Looks like Latham may have a beat on it. It gets just over his head here as he fields it at the warning track. And that's going to be a perfect throw into the cutoff man to hold Simonek to a leadoff double.
And Jarrell Latham out there made a great play when that ball bounced. Instead of letting it hit off the wall, he took it barehanded and got it back in time in the infield to hold him only to a double. That could have been a triple if he'd have let that ball play him and bounce off the wall. Semenuk was absolutely motoring around the bases.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Carmen. Yeah. He saved his pitcher a base there and saved a leadoff triple, made it a leadoff double, and that's going to bring up Carter Whitbeck, number 19, the catcher here for Prairie Baseball, as Gonzalez gets a sign from Wiggins and comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat.
Corner infielders moving in as well.
Gonzalez takes a peek at second, delivers the first pitch of the at-bat. It's fouled into the netting here.
Almost back our way here. Very rarely do we get one hitting off the window, but sometimes we will. It actually come right into your living room at home, everybody.
That's a little lower this year, Carmen, so we got to keep our head on a swivel, as they say.
It is, isn't it? I never realized that.
Come back. We've seen one come through the door yesterday here in our press box, so you never know what can happen.
Heads up baseball, huh?
Literally and figuratively, as Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 0-1 here. And it's taken wide and outside for ball one.
And follow up on your point earlier about just talking about watching a completely new pitcher. There's a reason for that. He's taken off a lot of the weight he had on himself last year and also studied the mechanics of one King Felix Hernandez. That's really who he looks up to, and he's tried to follow those mechanics. And I say if you follow those mechanics to a T, you're going to be the best pitcher in the game.
I was going to say a great pitcher to emulate, and Gabe Gonzalez has similar stuff to Felix, at least with the fastball. Early, young Felix Hernandez was consistently throwing low to mid-90s, and that's what we get here from Mr. Gonzalez. So.
Yeah, and when you see him on film here, you see his hip turn where he turns almost not quite a 180 degree, but he really has an extreme hip turn, and then he'll fire that ball home.
Gonzalez set to deliver the 1-1, and that's just a little bit inside here. Ball two.
When he's pitching out of the stretch, I will say that. When he's just pitching here with men on, obviously not as exaggerated of a hip turn, but nobody on, he will use that exaggerated hip turn just like King Felix.
Yeah, a lot of pitchers use his timing mechanism. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 2-1. That's driven to right field, but that's going to be taken easily by Brody Westmoreland here for the first out of the inning.
Mark that a F9 in your book at home. It's going to bring up first baseman number 22, Matt Malley. To get that pronunciation right, too. Malley can do here. Big first baseman, big tall fella down there. It's about 6'5", 6'6". That's 6'5" out there. We don't have actual measurements for these Prairie Baseball Academy players.
Big boy nonetheless, though, here as he steps into the box to face Gabe Gonzalez here with one out in the inning. Prairie Baseball has a base runner on second here as Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Malley. And that's driven up the center here. No problem for shortstop Jay March as he fires over to Jose Verdugo at first for the second out of the inning. Runner does advance to third, so Prairie Baseball has a runner on third base now with two down in the inning.
That's going to bring up Lane Curry here. One at-bat almost went unnoticed. Was a previous at-bat in Carter Vitchek. Flew out to right field, but didn't advance that runner from second base, which was huge because if he did, they'd have a run across.
Or like you said, Jarrell Latham making a play, keeping the double or triple, and that could have been the run there too.
Solid outfield play.
Absolutely. Gabe Gonzalez, first pitch of the at-bat, misses a low and inside to Lane Curry, bring the count to 1 ball and no strikes.
Gabe Gonzalez.
Gonzalez gets the ball back quickly and is set to deliver the 1-0 pitch to Curry, and that's popped up in foul territory. Looks like Verdugo may have a play on there. He does not, as it just gets a little too close to the edge there. Looks like he may have had a play.
Yeah, it looked like he stumbled a little bit on the way to that ball, too. Almost lost his footing trying to track that ball down over his head.
Tough sky. We have a sunny day, but we have some cloud coverage out here as well, so he may have lost the ball getting there. Either way, all that is a strike, so it brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike here as Gonzalez gets set to get back on the mound here and deliver to center fielder Lane Curry. Gonzalez working a lot faster than he was last season, and like I said, that's a tribute to his confidence out there on the mound. The 1-1 pitch is taken low and inside for ball 2.
Comes in another fastball he misses with again. A couple of fastballs, even the last pitch he missed with but just got away with. Needs to get a little bit better command of that fastball.
This is the first of 3 here. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 2-1. That's taken low and outside for ball 3. I was saying this is the first of 3 games here against Prairie Baseball Academy. We're off tomorrow. We'll resume the game starting Tuesday and Wednesday night against the same team. Both games set for a 6 p.m. start. Gonzalez set to deliver the 3-1 to Curry, and that's driven over, and that's going to be a fair ball up the left field line here. Left fielder hustling over. Jordan Hand gets that ball into the cutoff man, but not before Curry standing on second base with the RBI double here. Prairie Baseball gets on the board here. Coyotes now lead Prairie Baseball 3-1. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, number 4, Chance Wheatley.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see out of Lane Curry, especially when you're down 3-0 early. Get yourself back into this ball game early, so mentally you don't fall out of it and don't lose your confidence. Prairie hanging around here. As you said, Chance Wheatley going to step into the box now. Another lefty-righty matchup for Gabe Gonzalez to handle.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat here to the number 9 hitter, Wheatley. And the pitch is taken on the inside for a called first strike.
90-mile-an-hour fastball right on the outside corner, painting the black right there.
Yeah, this Prairie Baseball Academy, as we mentioned, scored 15 runs in their first game of the day against Salt Lake City, so their confidence has to be sky high. Gabe Gonzalez has to be very careful here. You got some aggressive hitters. Gonzalez comes set to deliver to Wheatley, and that's driven into center field. Looks like Latham was going to make a diving attempt on it. Instead, he stops. Runner's going all the way from second to home. He's going to score without a play. And all of a sudden, the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs have scored 2 in the top half of the second inning. Coyotes now lead Prairie Baseball 3-2.
Gabe Gonzalez's last 3 fastballs have been pretty flat, leaving some hangers over the plate, and he's Prairie Baseball
Yeah, they're
Academy.
not missing him.
Dogs are really taking it to us right now. Back to the top of the lineup in Dustin Brown. It's 1 for 1 on a day with a single to his name.
Dustin Brown here, as Carmen mentioned, led off the game with a single. Gonzalez checks the runner at first base as he comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat. And we've got a check swing, appeal to first. Umpire says he did not go. It's going to be ball 1.
Gabe Gonzalez in a little bit of a funk right now. Definitely needs to settle in and not rush. I like what Wiggins is doing, taking his time to get the call from pitching coach Brian Gidge. And Gabe obviously taking his time on that hill as well, not rushing the ball up there.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-0 to Brown. And that's swung on and foul back to the netting. Like you say, Carmen, it's interesting. This is CSN. They're working with a rotation of 3 catchers right now. We've seen Blake Wiggins behind the plate, as well as Cody Milner, and who we think is going to be the everyday catcher, or close to, and Drew Newsom.
Yeah, usually Cody Milner's catching the bullpen, getting the guys warmed up and pumped up before the game, usually to roll up a bullpen kind of guys to get his pitcher's confidence up before a game, and that's what Milner has been doing, but he has shown some promise behind the plate, and Wiggins too.
Really, all 3 of these guys. It's nice that Wiggins is able to play third base as well, so you can always find a way to get his bat in the lineup, whether it be him behind the dish, third base, or even as a designated hitter. You want to get that bat in the lineup as often as possible. As Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-1, and that's fouled off the catcher here. Let's hope Blake is okay here. He took kind of a shot.
Yeah, he's not. That's a little grain.
Yeah,
grain shot right there.
It did. It looked like it fouled back off him here as he's going to take a minute to collect himself behind the plate.
I think this is the best thing for Gabe Gonzalez, too, to take a minute and just
Coach Garitano coming out just to check on his catcher here, as well as trainer Steve Jacobucci. Just making sure Blake is okay as he's trying to shake the cobwebs off a little bit.
I think the ball struck him directly in his
arm.
Yeah, a little bit above the forearm there, and he's experienced a little bit of discomfort in his forearm recently. Next, we have 3 games, as you said, against these guys, and after this, we'll have a well-deserved couple weeks off, and it'll be good for this whole team. There's been a couple guys with some stingers, taking some time off. Jesse Kaiser right now with a little bit of a groin injury, taking some time off.
Yes.
Wiggins, it's amazing. He's playing catch right now. I know it's not his catching hand, but he still has to throw with that sore wrist of his, and I mean, it's a tough task to ask.
Yeah,
brand new catcher.
Bumps and bruises that happen during a baseball season we're all familiar with, and it's nice to see Wiggins back behind the plate here as he shook that off. Gonzalez set to deliver the 1-2, but first throws over to Jose Verdugo.
Jose Verdugo rocking the highlighter green little shoulder sleeve there.
Absolutely, it is. Looking sharp out there as all our Coyotes are. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. And it's taking a little bit low and outside. Wiggins tested immediately. Has to throw down. And Dylan Johnson, I think he would have had the runner.
Easily.
Runner was running. Blake Wiggins made a fantastic throw. Johnson, unfortunately, unable to keep the ball in his glove for the entire play. And that's going to be a stolen base for Prairie Baseball as they have the tying run now in scoring position with 2 outs in the inning.
Wiggins back there, not a natural catcher. They've been working on framing and just learning how to spot the ball behind the plate. It's a work in progress behind the plate for Wiggins.
Gonzalez set to deliver the 2-2, and that's waved at and missed here for the third out of the inning here. Gabe Gonzalez does dance around some trouble, strands a man on second. Prairie Baseball Dogs do put 2 up in the inning here as they trail CSN 3-2 here on the Coyote Sports Network.
Welcome back to this presentation of Coyotes Baseball. I'd like to give a couple shout-outs. First shout-out goes to Brianna Brindelson listening to the Coyotes broadcast. Big shout-out to Brianna Brindelson for taking a listen. Thank you very much.
Hey, we appreciate it, Brianna. Thanks for listening to us here. The shortstop, Jay Martz, is going to lead off the inning here for the Coyotes as Fesser comes set to deliver the first pitch, and that's taken outside for ball one. Martz will be followed by third baseman Jarrett Perns, and then back to the top of the lineup with number 32, second baseman Dylan Johnson. Fesser comes set to deliver the next pitch. That's taken low and outside for ball two.
James, you wanted to give a shout-out too, I believe?
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout-out to Ross Jones, Spencer, and Nick Armstrong listening. Hey, and Garrett, love you guys. Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you next month. Next pitch is taken outside for ball three. We're at 3 balls and no strikes here in the at-bat.
Fesser really struggled last inning, too. Had a rough inning, to say the least, allowing 3 runs across, looking to get some confidence going for his defense and himself, and not starting out the inning the way he wants to with 3 straight balls to Martz.
Not even close. That next pitch is close as it hits the outside corner for strike one. But, yeah, the last thing you want to do if you're Fesser is put the leadoff batter on when you've struggled so mightily the last inning here. Fesser battling back here as the next pitch is fouled off over the right-hand side there by Martz, and that's going to bring the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice way by Fesser to work himself back into the at-bat here.
Fesser set to deliver the 3-2, and that's driven to right field. Looks like the right fielder has a beat on it, and he does as he squeezes the ball for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, third baseman, number 15, Jarrett Perns.
Mark the last one as a F9 in your book if you are keeping score at home. Jarrett Perns, second on the team in average, batting .379 with 3 RBIs. Definitely a factor if your 9-hole hitter can be the second leader in average on the team. It's great to be able to turn your lineup over.
Oh, absolutely. Perns grounds the first pitch up, taken by the shortstop, and thrown over to first for out number 2 of the inning here.
And one thing you have to notice there from Perns, one thing you notice from Perns is his speed is definitely a factor and puts a ton of pressure on the entire defense to make a clean play or else.
Yeah, he's a lot like Latham. You got to grab that ball. You got to come out firing. If not, like I said, he's going to have a chance to beat it out. And speaking of beating things out, number 32, Dylan Johnson.
Got out with a single in his first at-bat and came around the score on the Latham double.
His 18th. First pitch is swung on and missed by Johnson. I was just saying there, his team-leading 18th hit. That single to lead off the baseball game here as Dylan Johnson digs in here for the 0-1. And the ball is taken low and inside. It's going to even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just misses on that inner half. Fesser needs to do a better job working that outside corner here to keep these right-handers at bay.
Fesser set to deliver the 1-1, and that's a called strike on the inside corner here to Dylan Johnson. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'm sure he'll take the inside corner as well now. He has a few back-to-back pitches inside. See if he works out or stays in here.
Yeah, Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2, and check swing fouled off
the inside of the bat. It's a little bit of a stinger. Good thing it's not. It's kind of unseasonably warm out here. On a cold day, he'd be shaking that one off.
Yeah, your hands are going to be vibrating off that one here. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2 to Johnson, and Johnson swings and grounds that up the middle. It's grabbed by the shortstop. He throws over to first in time to retire Johnson. Easy 1-2-3 inning here for Fesser as the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs are coming up in the top of the third. CSN leading Prairie Baseball Academy 3-2 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And we're back, folks, as Gabe Gonzalez finishes warm-up pitches here. Prarie Baseball Academy is going to lead off with number 2, Austin Skibler. He's going to be followed by Corey Scammell and the designated hitter number 36, Mitch Grisbrook, excuse me.
2, 3, and 4. Dangerous part of the lineup that was held at bay first time around. See what they can do here this time around.
Gonzalez set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, and that's swung on and driven to the left center field gap. Oh, and Jarrell Latham makes a diving attempt here. Unfortunately, he's unable to come up with the ball there. Austin Skibler is going to be into second base here with a leadoff double for the inning. Latham lays out and makes a great attempt. Unfortunately, not able to come up with the baseball. He's bent over a little bit. This looks like he's a little shaken up. He's jogging back out to his position in center field.
Gonna bring up the right fielder, number 33, Corey Scammell. What an effort there by Latham in center field. I thought he caught it at first, but
great effort there by Jarrell. Sold out and did everything he could.
Dogs have their second leadoff double of the game, last inning, and now the leadoff the third inning.
Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Scammell as he checks the runner and the pitch. A little bit low there for ball 1.
One thing you notice about Gabe Gonzalez is when he's going to throw over and keep a runner honest, he usually makes a pretty quick move, doesn't wait too long, but when he delays, it's almost an opposite effect. You know he's not going to throw it, and these runners, I believe, will catch on as this game goes across, and Gabe needs to find his command here, leaving flat fastballs in the zone.
Yeah. As Gabe delivers the 1-0 pitch, that's catches the outside corner here, outside part of the black for strike 1.
Very generous strike there, but Coyotes will take it nonetheless. Count now evened up at a ball and a strike apiece to Scammell.
Yeah, great point, though, Carmen. We've seen the velocity on Gabe's fastballs. He needs to really hump it up here a little bit. If he leaves those flat balls over there, this Prarie Baseball Academy is making solid contact on those pitches.
Without a doubt.
And the next pitch looks like it was in a similar location, almost the same, but that one's called ball 2.
And I'm not really worried about the velocity on Gonzalez as I am the movement on the fastball. The velocity is a whole another issue. I mean, I think he's ramping it up pretty nice, but it's the movement on those fastballs. If you throw a straight fastball, just about anybody can hit that. Yes. That is trained to play baseball.
Absolutely. It's the pitching machine, you know, no matter if it's throwing 95 or 100. If it's straight, they're eventually going to time it and get their bats on it.
That had movement.
That was an excellent pitch there. Yes. Speaking of movement, Carmen, is that moved out of the zone here?
Exploded out of his hand at the last minute there, and that's what you want. You don't want that ball coming out too early where the batters can get an early read on it. You want them to see that ball at the absolute last second with that last second explosion that just overtakes you, and that's what happened there.
That's exactly right. Gonzalez set to deliver the 2-2 here to Scammell. And the pitch is swung on and driven toward that left center field gap, a very popular place these days. Left fielder Jordan Hand is under this one, though. Squeezes that for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 36, Mitch Grisbrook.
More importantly, with that flyout, it held that runner in scoring position right where he is at on second base. Huge play there in this third inning, not to let him advance a bag.
Yep, couldn't ask for more there. Like you said, the left fielder was able to get under it, keep the play in front of him, and more importantly, keep the runner from tagging at second and heading to third.
Sunshine finally making its full appearance here.
Breaking its way through here on beautiful Valentine's Day afternoon. Gonzalez set to deliver the first pitch to the at-bat, and that's high and inside for ball 1.
Yes, if you guys are taking your ladies out, I recommend an outdoor restaurant somewhere nice today. It's a beautiful day to sit out and grab a bite to eat, whatever you like to do.
Perfect day to be out on the patio enjoying a meal with your loved one here. Happy Valentine's Day again to everybody listening out there and to everyone in the ballpark. We had a great turnout for this whole tournament, and today's crowd is no exception.
Man, it's the best turnout, I think.
It is. Yes. I think it is. Gonzalez set to deliver the 1-0. That's driven up the first base line. Jose Verdugo makes a nice stab to grab that and toss underhand to Gonzalez.
Beautiful.
To retire Grisbrook for the second out of the inning. Runner does advance to third base here, but that's 2 outs, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, number 12, Brett Seminer.
Had a double and scored a run. Jose Verdugo over there after the first attempted play deflected off his glove, made a couple nice plays to bounce back now, getting that confidence over there at that first base side.
He really has, and it's tough for a guy like Verdugo who's not consistently in the lineup, you know, with your defensive skills sometimes erode a little bit, and that first pitch from Gonzalez is fouled off the first base side.
Yeah, Verdugo really staying on his toes. And you'd like to see that bat come around. There's a ton of power in that body. It's a strong lower frame and upper frame. Just got to get everything in sync here, and he man, he can mash the baseball when he's in the zone.
We've seen him rake. We've seen him crush some pitches, especially in batting practice and other times here. It'd be nice to translate that on the field. Gonzalez gets set to deliver the 0-1, and that's fielded up by Verdugo again as he tosses underhand to Gonzalez. Similar fashion here for the third out of the inning. Gabe Gonzalez pitches around a leadoff double. CSN leads Prairie Baseball Academy 3-2 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks, as the Coyotes come up here in the home half of the third inning, leading 3-2. Number 22, Jarrell Latham, is going to start things off for the Coyotes, followed by the catcher, number 23, Blake Wiggins, and the left fielder, Jordan Hand.
Each man reached base last time. Latham last time he was up at a double RBI, shows bunt and pulls back for ball one.
Professor delivers the first pitch of the at-bat, a little bit low and outside for ball one here. Jarrell Latham with an RBI double, of course, his first time around. Let's see what he has in store. His time is called at the plate, no pitch.
Don't know who. It looked like Jarrell didn't even call time. He was almost confused. Like the umpire needed
a
break.
Look, he did. I didn't see the catcher put his hand up. I definitely didn't see Jarrell signal for time. But either way, the 1-0 pitch here from Fesser to Latham. And that swung on and driven at the first base side. Fair on the line here. Jarrell Latham is going to get at least two here. The ball's in the corner here. Right fielder having some trouble. And Latham going to go for third. And he's going to get in there with the head first slide. Leadoff triple for Jarrell Latham. There's that speed, Carmen.
Yes, been talking about that and about how great his speed is. And, well, if he's aiming for the cycle today, he's completed the two most difficult
parts of it.
Double and the most difficult part, the triple. So Jarrell Latham on fire today. If it's not one man, it's another every day with these Coyotes.
These Coyotes are relentless here. And speaking of relentless, number 23, Blake Wiggins steps into the plate here with an RBI opportunity. Surprise, surprise.
Right, perfect walk-up song for him. Power by Kanye
Little
West.
Kanye West Power. Everybody loves that song. We all love Kanye here. We're looking forward to The Life of Pablo coming out soon.
Whoa!
Oh, and Andrew Wiggins puts a charge into one, and that is off the top of the wall here. It looked like it had a chance to go out here. Wiggins is going to have to settle for a stand-up RBI double. I'm sure he'll take that as he plates Jarrell Latham for the Coyotes' fourth run of the game here. CSN now leads Prairie Baseball Academy by a score of 4-2.
That was one heck of a shot hit off the AR iron sign in left center field. We're going to have a runner coming in too. Tyler Long is going to pinch run for Wiggins here.
And once again, Tyler Long pinch running for Wiggins, as Carmen mentioned. Did the same thing in the first inning, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, number 19, left fielder Jordan Hand.
I wish they'd do that in the majors, too, to let the catcher get ready, speed up the pace of play even more. Maybe who knows, maybe they're taking a look at that for the future.
It only makes sense. I think that'd be great. The majors should adopt something like that where they allow their catchers to catch their breath, get ready to come out and catch the next inning.
Absolutely, and first pitch gets over for strike
throws
one.
A nice little breaking pitch on the outside part of the corner for strike one to Hand.
We've seen the commissioner, Rob Manfred's a very open commissioner. He's not like the good old boy days, you like to say.
Yeah, he's definitely open to change, and he listens to things like that. That's what you want from a commissioner. Spester comes set to deliver the 0-1 pitch here to Hand. And the pitch is on the outside corner here for strike two.
And that's that outside corner I've been preaching about since the first pitch of the first inning. Is he needs to establish that outside corner to keep these batters on their toes, and Maybe he's going to find his way here.
Yeah, you said it best. Fesser needs to attack that outside corner. He is. He's kind of, even though he gave up a run this inning, he has settled in from the shaky bottom of the first here.
Yes, doing a lot better job. Even the pitches have more movement on them. They look a lot better with a lot more life.
Yep, Fesser set to deliver the 0-2 to Hand. That's a breaking pitch that gets away high and outside for ball 1.
His release point was a bit off, to say the least, and that ball hung up on the outside of the plate. Good thing it stayed outside.
Yeah. Yeah, if that hits any part of the plate there, Jordan Hand just kind of, his eyes are going to get as big as flying saucers there swinging at that.
Jordan Hand.
Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-2 pitch here to Hand.
3 home runs on the year. See what he does here.
And Hand makes great contact, but it's a nice play there by the shortstop, and mark that 6-3 in your books to retire Jordan Hand for the first out of the inning.
And big out number 1, not letting that runner in. Long advance from second base. It's going to bring up now the right fielder, Brody Westmoreland. Last time he was up at a sacrifice bunt, a beautiful bunt, too, for an RBI.
Beautifully placed up the line. Runner was going all the way on contact as he scored easily. And Brody Westmoreland, you always have to credit a power hitter when he's willing to lay down a sac bunt for the team.
You never know. You may see it again with how well he's bunting. The entire infield is playing way back.
Yeah, this is something. If he laid one down off the third base side, he may beat it out. And the runner takes off. Tyler Long steals third without a throw.
Even if there was a throw, James, the third baseman was not ready. He was playing so far back on that bag that by the time he got down there, Long would have been in there. Plenty of
the only person who would have had a chance to fill that would be CSN head baseball coach Nick Garitano. Like you said, the third baseman is so far. He's on the lip of the outfield grass. He had no chance to cover there as Long broke for third base. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-0 pitch to Westmoreland. And Brody grounds that over the pitcher. That's going to be an RBI as Brody beats a throw out with a hustle up the line here. That's going to be an RBI single to short.
Absolutely. And I remember last time he was up, Westmoreland, I had mentioned that his speed really requires you to make a perfect play or he's going to beat out just about every play, and he did right there.
Exactly what he did, Carmen.
Beautiful, beautiful hustle by Westmoreland. It's going to bring up our super starter from last night, the DH, number 3, Drew Newsom. Has a single RBI to his name already on the day. See if we can add to his totals right now.
Coyotes plate run number 5 of the game here as they now lead 5-2. Drew Newsom stepping into the box here against Fesser, ready for the first pitch of his at-bat. But before that, Fesser's going to throw over to first base and keep Westmoreland honest. Drew Newsom, of course, as Carmen mentioned, 2 home runs yesterday. He went from being our super sub last year, a jack of all trades who came in and played. We've seen him play catcher, third base, middle infield positions, and he has just turned that around now. He's a team leader, and he's expected to be the everyday catcher here for CSN. And the pitch is taken high and inside for a ball.
And if he's not at the least the everyday catcher, he will be an everyday starter
in the lineup somewhere.
Yeah, or somewhere, third base. He can even play second base. Put on a little bit more muscle this year, so we'll see how he handles the second base position.
Went from super sub to super starter.
That's why I gave him that name when he came up.
Fesser comes set there, but before the pitch, he's going to throw over to first base to keep Westmoreland honest here as he's back standing up.
And you have to keep Westmoreland honest on first. Has some great speed. If he gets a good jump, you know he's going to beat the throw.
All-around athlete, a power hitter with exceptional speed on the base pass. Newsom set for the 2-1 from Fesser, and that's taken low and inside for ball 2.
Newsom, I said last season he had the best eye on the team, and really hasn't changed much this year, leading the team in average, batting .464, 13 hits, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs.
Fesser delivers a 2-0 to Newsom, and that's going to be taken outside for ball 3. You said June Newsom, best eye on the team. Jesse Kaiser might be a close second here as he doesn't really swing at anything that's out of the zone. These guys are very disciplined. It's nice to see that from some sophomores on your team.
I totally agree. Last year he walks here.
And Fesser throws pitch number 4 low and inside. That's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Drew Newsom. Westmoreland scoots over to second base. Coyotes have runners on first and second with only 1 out in the inning for the first baseman, Jose Verdugo.
One interesting stat about Drew Newsom last year, we had a little interesting app, Game Changer, and I looked up some of the stats, and Drew Newsom actually saw the most pitches per plate appearance, more than any other batter on the team last year.
And you
can see it this year as well, drawing another walk, raising his on-base percentage. He is slugging .714 and on-base percentage of .571, so really doing it all.
Verdugo digs in here for the first pitch from Fesser. He's got ducks on the pond, runners at first and second here with only 1 away in the inning.
Jump.
And despite the bad jump, Brody Westmoreland steals third easily. Drew Newsom right in behind him at second. Coyotes get out of the potential double play situation with the double steal, and now we have Coyotes at second and third with only one out. Nick Garitano very aggressive with his guys out on the base pass, and it's paying dividends so far.
What the heck was Vitheck thinking behind the plate there? He looked, I mean, you have to realize the double steal. He pump fakes to second base, forgetting about the runner going to third.
He should have at least made a throw there. Jose Verdugo takes a hack here at the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be fouled out of play off the first base side. 1-1.
The top of the beautiful Whitaker clubhouse here. Nicest clubhouse in the entire Scenic West.
Oh, it's a beautiful ballpark, folks. If you have a chance to get out to the yard here with us, please do so. I mean, sitting out here on a day like this makes you love baseball even more. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-1 pitch to the first baseman, Jose Verdugo. And Verdugo gets into one here, driven up the left field line, but that's going to be just foul. Run the count here to 1-2 strikes for the CSN first baseman.
Yeah, we'll see what Fesser can do here.
Like we said, what a yard. We got the retired jerseys out there. We got the 2003 National Championship banner in the outfield, and this is a sight to see. One of the better ballparks in all of junior college baseball, in my opinion, Carmen.
Absolutely, as that ball's fouled down the first base side into the Coyote dugout. I've always read one thing I recommend. You know, in baseball, they're talking about putting netting around the field. I've also thought about making the dugout fences higher. These guys are at a real danger down there. We saw last year a player get hurt, struck by a ball in the dugout.
And, of course, the players want to hang over. You know, they're rooting on their teammates. But like you said, Carmen, safety first. You got to look into doing that. So Dave Verdugo drives one to the left center field gap. That's going to get down.
He misses it all together.
And it's misplayed by the left fielder. Drew Newsom is right behind Brody Westmoreland. Both runners are going to touch home here for run 6 and 7 for the Coyotes tonight. Two RBI single for the first baseman, Jose Verdugo, and it's fantastic to see him swinging a good bat.
Yeah, turning it around today with the glove and the bat now, getting himself joining the hit parade. It's going to bring up Jay Martz here, who flew out to right field last time he was up. Worked the count full, had a really good at-bat.
At-bats like that for Jose Verdugo are going to be what gets him and keeps him in the lineup, Carmen. I mean, anytime he can have good plate appearances like that, that's going to impress his coaches all around here as Jay Martz gets set for the first pitch of the at-bat from Fesser. And that's fouled back behind us here.
Over the light tower here, down the Coyotes' first base side.
Jay Martz, of course, a fly out to right field in his first plate appearance here, looking to do a little bit more as the Coyotes have plated 4 runs here in the home half of the third inning and now lead Prairie Baseball Academy 7-2.
Jay Martz, 1 home run on the year.
Fesser delivers, and the pitch is taken a little bit low and outside for ball 1. It's going to even the count at 1-1 strike.
Yeah, he just cannot find that outside corner. And that's what's caused him trouble today. Guys are sitting back knowing he can't find that inside corner. The ball's going to come into their wheelhouse. And
yeah, they're just waiting on their pitch.
Yes, that's why there's a 7 spot on the board.
Fesser throws over to first base. I don't know how much of a threat Jose Verdugo is to try to swipe a bag, but either way, Fesser's keeping him honest.
Yeah.
And we have 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning.
If Jose Verdugo swipes a bag, I will be shocked.
Very. If he swipes a bag, we're all going to be pretty impressed up here. We might start yelling or something, so let's not have that happen. Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-1. That's taken wide and outside for ball 2.
Again, common theme, missing outside. These Coyote hitters don't even flinch. They're not even thinking about trying to protect the outside corner of the plate. They're staying middle to middle in, and that's why all these majority of these balls today have been hit left center field. They are powering it out.
These guys are so hot. They're spitting on good pitches, so if it's not close, they're not swinging. Jay Martz, though, hits one right to the shortstop. Looked like a potential double play opportunity. Instead, he throws over to first to retire Martz. Verdugo's in at second here on a fielder's choice, and that's going to bring the second out of the inning here. And the 9-hitter, number 15, Jarrett Perns.
Yeah, and how about Jose Verdugo? Got a great jump on that pitch and beat out.
That was excellent base running by Verdugo. I thought it was a tailor-made double play. His hustle got him into second base here and allowed just for the force at first. And it's going to bring up the third baseman, Jarrett Perns, who grounded out to short in his first at-bat.
See what we can do here. Try to add a couple more runs before the inning's over.
Fesser set at the belt to deliver the first pitch to Perns, and that's taken on the outside corner. Nice little breaking pitch for strike 1.
Finally getting a break as well is the pitcher, Fesser, getting that outside corner, and he's needed it all game. Maybe he can find it now with already 7 runs given up. The Prairie Bats, though, are definitely alive and well in this game, and Coyotes need to add some runs.
Absolutely they do here. Fesser comes set to deliver here as Perns sees his second pitch of the at-bat wide and outside, and that's going to even the count at 1-1 strike.
All evened up here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Coyotes lead the Dogs by a score of 7-2 on 8 hits and no errors. Prairie Dogs 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors.
Fesser comes set to deliver at the belt here. 1-1 pitch to Perns. It is swung on and driven to center field. Center fielder looks like he may have had a beat on and got a late jump. Wow. That's going to get in the gap here. Perns may hustle for third as he is.
Wow, is he fast?
My goodness, he is speedy. That 9-hole hitter gets a stand-up triple here. Jose Verdugo scores easily here. The Coyotes played run number 8 of the night, or the afternoon, excuse me. Snowman on the board early for the Coyotes as they now lead the Dogs of Prarie Baseball Academy by a score of 8-2.
Markinette, another triple RBI on the day. Wow, we have 2 triples on this team today. How often you see that, I don't know. We're already back to the top of the lineup for the 3rd time today in Dylan Johnson, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a run scored.
And that's not a misprint there, folks. Dylan Johnson is having his 3rd at bat in the 3rd inning of the game here. Coyotes are very effective here with the bats as they've got Dylan Johnson, their leadoff hitter, to the plate for the 3rd time. He takes the first pitch of the at-bat from Fesser for ball 1, and Fesser comes set to deliver the 1-0 to Johnson. And Johnson gets good wood on that, but it looks like the center fielder does have a beat on it. He does. Squeezes a glove for out number 3 of the inning. Damage done by the Coyotes as they plate 5 runs and now lead the Prarie Baseball Academy Dogs by a score of 8-2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back, folks, to the broadcast here. Top half of the 4th inning with Carmen Colosimo. I'm James Hernandez, and we have Carter Whitbeck leading off here for the Prarie Baseball Academy Dogs, followed by Matt Malik and Lane Curry. Gabe Gonzalez still on the mound for the Coyotes as he comes set to deliver the first pitch at the top of the 4th inning here to Whitbeck. And the pitch is taken on the inside corner, called for a strike.
Flew out in his last plate appearance, Gabe Gonzalez. Started out a little bit shaky, but now settling in here as we go along.
Yeah, pitched well around a leadoff double last inning here as Whitbeck swings at air here on the outside corner for strike number 2 of the inning. Whitbeck, of course, F9 in his first plate appearance here. Let's see if Gonzalez has a put-away pitch for him here to lead off the top of the 4th. Gabe set to deliver, and the pitch is swung on and missed.
Oof. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Aptly put, Carmen. That's exactly what that was. Gabe Gonzalez not letting Whitbeck hang around too long at the dish. He gets another strikeout to his credit this afternoon, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 22, Matt Malik.
What Gabe Gonzalez needs to do is to really suck the confidence out of these batters here. That with his pitching, he can do it.
Well, you know, they say it even at the major league level, Carmen, the shutdown inning. It's the most important inning after your team is able to score some runs. That first pitch of the at-bat to Malik is taken inside for ball 1, but the most important thing to do is provide a shutdown inning here and get your team back out offensively. You want to get back in the dugout as quickly as possible and keep the ball rolling here with the bats.
Yeah, you want to keep that mojo rolling.
Gonzo delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that's driven to center field. Jarrell Latham looks like he has a beat on it, and he does here. Squeezes a glove for out number 2.
Quick out. That was, what, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah,
five
pitches. We have Gabe with the 3-pitch strikeout to lead off the inning here. Fly out to Jarrell Latham, and just like that, we have 2 down in the inning for number 7, the center fielder Lane Curry, who has an RBI double to his credit here.
Yeah, Curry having a real good game, and his one at-bat as a first pitch he sees. Swings over the top of it for strike one. Nice changeup from Gabe Gonzalez. And we've seen that changeup featured a lot today. You got to like to see it have the extra pitch in his repertoire.
Yeah, if Gabe is locating that pitch for strikes, good luck. Gabe gets set to deliver the 1-0. It's just a bit outside here. Brings the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike. But like you said, Carmen, if he's effectively controlling that changeup, these hitters are going to have no chance with the kind of heat he brings on that fastball.
Yeah, too much explosion now. He's got his delivery.
Gonzalez set for the 1-1, and the pitch is nice. Taken on the inside corner for a called strike.
The great
Beautiful little breaking pitch.
Yeah, great point, as you mentioned, a beautiful breaking ball. The great thing is his arm angle and really delivery never changes from the fastball to the curveball, which is very deceptive.
Right. Gonzalez set to deliver the 1-2, and that catches the outside corner for a called strike 3. I don't know what Lane Curry was looking for. Yeah. Backwards K in the book, folks. Gabe Gonzalez with a very, very easy top of the 4th inning. 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. CSN leads Prairie Baseball Academy 8-2, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. We have a new pitcher for the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs. It's going to be number 31, Dylan Theroux. Rhett Fesser done after 3 innings of work here. Did allow 8 runs, 9 hits.
Pinch hitter for the Coyotes, James, by the way. Cade Urban at the dish right now. Going to come in for Jarrell Latham, taking over, I believe, in center field. Unless there's more changes to come, we'll see.
All right, Carmen. As Theroux comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, it's a called strike on the outside corner to Urban. Urban will be followed by the catcher, number 23, Blake Wiggins, and the cleanup hitter, left fielder, Jordan Hand.
One thing you have to notice here, with the left-handed bats, the outside portion of the strike zone, been a very liberal strike zone today.
Very much so. Theroux comes set to deliver, and the pitch is taken low and inside by Urban for ball 1. It's going to even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Coyotes with an 8-2 lead here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and a crooked 5 number from the bottom half of the 3rd. An absolutely explosive inning.
Very, very big inning for the Coyotes. Chase Fesser out as Theroux's next delivery is taken high and outside for ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike here, and the Coyote bats, just as I'm going to use your phrase, oozing confidence.
Absolutely. Every single hitter here, it just seems contagious. They've all caught the hitting bug, and it's been fun to watch. The Ruse 2-1 delivery is a generous call, to say the least, on the outside part of the plate here. Looks like it missed a little bit, but our opinion doesn't matter as much as the guy standing behind the plate, and he called it a strike.
Thank you for keeping me in check, James. I was about to jump out of my seat here.
2 balls and 2 strikes. It's all right, Carmen. I was thinking the same thing. The Ruse 2-2 delivery is taken very wide and outside for ball 3, and that's going to bring a full count here to the pitch hitter, Cade Urban, as he's looking to get on for the Coyotes. Looking to get their leadoff man on for the 3rd time in 4 innings if he's able to reach here.
Working Theroux here. really working the count.
Thoreau here makes the delivery on the 3-2, and that's a little bit wide and outside as Cade Urban throws the bat down and trots to first base with a leadoff walk.
A lot of confidence by Urban is throwing that bat early. We've seen that same pitch called a strike a couple times today. Nonetheless, he'll draw a leadoff walk for most dangerous lineup in the most dangerous bat in the Coyote lineup. Blake Wiggins has a single and a double with 2 runs scored and an RBI to his name.
Blake Wiggins, of course, reminding us that it's Yeezy season with his walkout song as Wiggins digs in here to try to do some more damage here for his Coyotes in the home half of the 4th inning. He's got the leadoff hitter Cade Urban on as he digs in to receive the first pitch from Thoreau. And it's grounded back up the box here. Second baseman touches second, and he's going to double up Wiggins with a nice throw to first. Mark that a 4-3 double play if you're scoring at home. And that's just like that.
That ball couldn't have bounced any better. Ricocheted off the pitcher's leg, rolled right to second base where the second baseman was standing on second. Fires down the first to get Wiggins, who was hustling down the line, but when the ball is perfectly placed...
The double play doesn't get any more tailor-made than that, as Carmen described there, right to the second baseman. All he had to do was touch the bag and make a throw to first, which he did. Left fielder Jordan Hand is now up with nobody on in the inning and 2 outs.
Jordan Hand 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and a single.
First pitch by Thoreau is taken low and inside for ball 1. Jordan Hand here digging in. He said he has a few home runs on this homestand, as do most of the Coyotes. Hand takes a hack, comes up with nothing there on
Speaking of home runs
pitch.
He just took a huge swing there.
Looking to put a home run out on the seats right there.
Yeah, kind of guessing there. You got to see the ball, hit the ball in this case. Don't want to be guess swinging every time you're at the plate.
No.
Especially a conference player around the corner after this series.
Jordan Hand gets set for the 1-1 pitch from Thoreau, and that is taken for ball 2.
Catcher dropped the ball. Had he not dropped that ball, maybe framed it, might have been called a strike.
It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
It looked good. That's why we waited to, give the ball sign. But, like I said, to no avail. Jordan Hand now ahead in the count here, looking to find a pitch that he can drive from Thoreau as he's come in here and retired the first 2 Coyotes he's faced. Hand takes a big hack, swings over the top of it here, and that's going to bring the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the inning. So far, so good for Thoreau as he's been able to retire the first 2 CSN batters he's faced.
Settling in here. Deuces are wild. 2
Comes
balls.
set at the belt to deliver the 2-2 to Hand, and that is taken. Oof. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Beautiful breaking pitch by Thoreau. He's able to pitch a great bottom half of the 4th inning here. Coyotes are held scoreless for only the 2nd inning of the day here. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. CSN leads Prarie Baseball Academy 8-2 on the Coyote Sports Network.
That was a great pitch. Dude, Hand had no chance.
Yeah, I know.
He was done.
Yeah. He looked at that and was like, what?
Wait, let's see something to shade this thing.
Casing center for Jerome there.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everybody. Prairie baseball here, bringing one run across here in the inning. Scores 8-3 with runners on first and second here. Shibler on second, Scammell on first, and you have Grisbrook at the plate here. Gabe Gonzalez looking back, coming set at the belt. Pitch on the way from Gabe, breaking ball, gets away from him, almost hit the batter, but just misses the inside part of the plate for ball one.
Gonzalez battling himself a little bit out on the mound here in the top half of the fifth inning. Prairie baseball is supposed to get a little bit of a rally as they have runners on first and second, already one run in on the inning here and only one away. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-0 pitch. And the pitch is swung on and missed here. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike here. Number 36, Mitch Grisbrook, the designated hitter, is batting right now. He'll be followed by the third baseman, Brent Simonek.
It's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout.
Semeniuk, excuse me.
There you
Gonzalez looks in here for the sign from Wiggins. The 1-1 here to Grisbrook on the way. And that's contact into right field. Looks like an easy play there for Brody Westmoreland as he gets under it for the second out of the inning here. Be a huge shot in the arm for Gonzalez and the Coyotes if he's able to strand these runners on first and second, Carmen, and get his team back in the dugout.
Absolutely. Gabe Gonzalez between a couple bad breaks, couple bloop singles, and just some flat fastballs has cost him a run here in the inning, but looking to limit the damage to only 1 run with 2 down. It's going to bring up Brett Simonek, as you said, 1 for 2 on the day with a double and a run scored.
Yeah, Gonzalez is going to have to dig in here. Like you said, Brett's not an easy out, batting from the left-hand side, third baseman, as Gonzalez comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, and that's taken wide and outside for ball 1.
Good take. These Prairie Baseball Academy dogs are just some terrific hitters out there, really staying in the ball game even. It seems like when they're down and out, they're still fighting their tails off to stay in this one.
Very scrappy ball club from Alberta, Canada, coming down here and enjoying the Coyote slug out here, 2016 version. Gonzalez comes set to deliver. The pitch is taken wide and outside for ball 2. But them, Okanagan College, it's nice to see these teams come up from Canada as Blake Wiggins trots out to have a few words with his starting pitcher, Gabe Gonzalez here. I think he just wants to get Gabe back on track. We'll see if Brian Gidge will be coming out from the dugout as well. No, it looks like Wiggins just has a couple words of encouragement for his starter.
And there is a starter getting ready in that bullpen, and I believe a reliever. It looks like David Kuzma out there. I'm not quite sure. Trying to get a number right now. It sure does look like him, though. We will see.
David Kuzma, of course, started 2 seasons ago, was lost last year to elbow surgery, and is back with the team this year. He'll be a real welcome addition once he's healthy and ready to start throwing again. Gonzalez peers in for the sign from Blake Wiggins on a 2-0 count. He's looking to make a good pitch here. And Gonzalez comes set and delivers very high. It's taken for ball 3.
3 balls, no strikes here. Gabe Gonzalez really struggling on the hill at the moment. Maybe just about time to get him out of here after this at-bat, regardless of what happens.
I think you might be right, Carmen. I think Gabe might be out of gas a little bit there. I don't know if I wouldn't say laboring, but he's definitely having some issues with his pitch location and a little bit with his control here. So Gabe comes set to deliver the 3-0 to Semeniuk, and that's taken high for ball 4. That's going to load the bases here for the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs, as this scrappy bunch from Alberta, Canada isn't done yet. They're out here working one of our top pitchers here, Gabe Gonzalez, and that's going to bring the slow trot to the mound here.
Looks like
pitching coach Brian Gidge looking to get his starter in line, or if anything, maybe just give the arm the Coyotes have warming up in the bullpen just a little more time to get loose.
Yeah.
As Wiggins, and Gonzalez have a meeting here on the bump, and awaiting either Gonzalez or the relief pitcher out of the pen is going to be number 19, the catcher, Carter Whitbeck.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 on the day, but with the way Gabe's pitching, just about anything looks possible with these Prairie Dogs.
Yes.
Right now, they're making good contact here in this inning. It could erase all their past history. Right now is what counts, and they got the bases loaded here, trailing by a score of 8-3 in the top half of the 5th inning.
And Brian Gidge trots back to the dugout here, leaving Gabe Gonzalez here to face Carter. Gonzalez here comes set with only Oh, actually, sorry, 2 outs now in the inning, and Gonzalez comes set to deliver, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Half-hearted swing, to say the least, by Carter Wilbeck there.
I think he was expecting the heat and got a little breaking pitch there, maybe even a changeup from Gonzalez here as he comes set to deliver the 0-1 pitch to Carter Wilbeck. Gonzalez delivers, and it's wide and outside, gets away from Blake Wiggins, gets a favorable bounce, but Wiggins is not able to throw to Gonzalez in time. No. And instead of 1 run, the Dogs played 2 runs there on a pass. That's going to be the first pitch was initially, it was a pass ball. It got back to Wiggins. He attempted to make a throw to Gabe Gonzalez. Unfortunately, it was low and outside. Heads up base running there by the Prarie Baseball Academy Dogs. They got the runner home from third, and 2 in here is going to make the score 8-5 as Gonzalez digs in here to continue the at-bat against Carter Whitbeck.
1 scores on a pass ball, another on an E2.
E2. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 1-1 pitch to Whitbeck. And it's taken low and outside for ball 2.
Gabe Gonzalez really struggling out there now. Seems like they've lost all command of just about every one of his pitches. One more batter, and that will do it for the day.
Of course, that was a deflating play there that allowed the 2 runs to score. That's not going to help Gabe feel any better out there on the mound. But he's just got to buckle down and really focus on getting this out. Gonzalez comes set to deliver the 2-1. And Carter's able to watch that pass by high and inside, and that's going to run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. I think you're 100% right, Carmen. I think this is Gabe's last batter regardless of result. Whether Carter gets a hit, gets retired, gets on base, I think it's
time.
Gabe's afternoon is done.
Yeah, absolutely. No sugarcoating it here. It's just time to go and get a relief pitch in there to do exactly what his job is, provide some relief.
Yeah. And the middle relief is something Coach Garitano was adamant about working on here in this homestand. So anytime you can get some fresh arms to come out of the bullpen, get some exposure. Like you said, we're going to have about a 2-week break before we open conference play Friday, March 4th against the Colorado Northwestern Community College Spartans. And they'd be,
that's it. That's it.
And Gabe comes high and inside, and unfortunately that does hit Carter Whitbeck as he trots to first base, hit by a pitch. And that's going to be it as Coach Garitano makes the slow walk out to the mound, and he's going to take the ball from Gabe Gonzalez. We will have the new pitcher when we come back here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. Timmy Bertzloff now on the mound, relieving Gabe Gonzalez here in the top half of the 5th inning. with 2 down and runners on first and second. Of course, Gonzalez departed after hitting Carter Whitbeck and placing him on first base. Bertzloff's first delivery is
12-6 curveball, catches the outside corner. Beautiful pitch right there for a good called strike number 1. Timmy Bertzloff on the year, 3.00 ERA in 3 innings pitched. Looking to improve on those numbers right now.
Yep, as are all middle relievers here for CSN. Bertzloff comes set to deliver the 0-1 pitch to Matt Malik. And Malik skies one over to the first base side. Looks like Jose Verdugo is under it as he squeezes his glove for the third out of the inning. So far, so good for Bertzloff, but the Prairie Dogs do plate 3 runs in the inning here to get within 3 of CSN. Coyotes lead the Prairie Dogs 8-5 here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. The champ is here, literally and figuratively, as Brody Westmoreland walks out to John Cena's theme music here to lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Coyotes. Westmoreland will be followed by Newsom and Verdugo as the first pitch from Thoreau misses high and inside for ball 1.
Coyote players and at-bats, if they were falling asleep before the inning when they had an 8-2 lead, definitely awake now. Lead is cut to 3.
Next pitch by Thoreau is taken low and inside. And you're right, Carmen. This Prairie Baseball Academy team has scored 20 runs in their last 14 innings since they started play here. So this team is explosive offensively, and a 3-run lead should not be something the Coyotes are comfortable with. As Westmoreland takes a hack at the 2-0 pitch, it's fouled back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, some dangerous bats out there. They really crushed the Salt Lake Community College Bruins, who's a reputable junior college school. And
absolutely, a conference foe of ours here. Salt Lake City, always competitive, but Prairie Baseball Academy making quick work of them. Brody Westmoreland follows the 2-1 pitch off, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. But like you said, this Prairie Baseball team is not phased here. They're not intimidated at all. They're taking their hacks against CSN's pitching. One of CSN's best starting pitchers in Gabe Gonzalez for some favorable results. So let's see if the Coyotes can add a few more runs here and extend that lead. Thoreau comes set to deliver the 2-2 to Westmoreland, and that's swung on and missed for strike number 3.
Nothing going to Coyotes' way right now as we're starting off the bottom half of the 5th inning here. It's going to bring up Drew Newsom here, 1-for-1 on the day with a single RBI to his name, and the hero of last night's game with 2 absolute blasts over the left field wall.
Drew with the base on balls and an RBI single, as Carmen mentioned here. He's been swinging a very hot bat here. Yesterday he did have 2 home runs in his first 2 plate appearances. Let's see what he has for Thoreau, who's actually come out of the Prairie Academy baseball bullpen throwing strikes and really kind of keeping the Coyotes off balance a bit.
Yeah, most importantly, giving his team some confidence that they could stay in this game with their pitching.
Absolutely, getting it back in the dugout. The first offering from Thoreau is high for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 down. Nobody on here. Infield playing straight up, as well as the outfield. Infielders playing pretty far back at their respective positions.
Thoreau comes set at the belt to deliver. Newsom hits one back off his glove, and that's going to be a hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Infield hit here as Drew Newsom makes some solid contact. Thoreau unable to come up with it, and after that, it got in between the first and second baseman, but Newsom hustling up the line the whole way, beats it out for an infield single.
That 464 average is only going to climb after today, it looks like, going 2 for 3 already on the day, and we have one half the El Caballos from last year coming up. Our first baseman, number 24, Jose Verdugo.
whose last plate appearance resulted in a 2 RBI single here, as Jose Verdugo, like you said, one half of the Caballos, the other half Ali Dialarte, of course.
First pitch he sees comes up hacking big for strike one.
Ali no longer on the roster here for the Coyotes, but we wish him all the best. If you're listening, if you're around, Ali, we hope everything's going well for you, and maybe you can make it out to the ballpark here and cheer on some of your former teammates sometime this season. Thoreau comes set to deliver, and the pitch is taken by Verdugo on the inside half of the plate. That's going to run the count to one ball and 1 strike.
There you go, James. Runner on first here. Coyotes looking to put more runs up on the board. As I said at the beginning of the inning, Prairie Dogs really fighting their way back into this ball game.
Thoreau's 1-1 pitch is skied here in the vicinity of second base, and the shortstop actually calls off the second baseman to squeeze the ball for the second out of the inning. That's going to retire Jose Verdugo and bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jay Martz.
Yeah, Jay Martz, 0 for 1 on the day with a fielder's choice as well. Flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Has been seeing his fair share of pitches today.
Yeah, Martz has some pop there for being a shortstop. Of course, replacing last year's starting shortstop, Kane Brady, as Jay Martz digs in here to receive the first pitch from Thoreau. And that's a called strike on the inside corner.
Yes, you said he's replacing Kane Brady. Yes, absolutely. What a great shortstop he was last year for us. Dynamic infield with Brady, Brown, and Dialarte, and Verdugo at third.
Yeah, we miss those guys. Wish them all the best here, Kane, if you're listening. Next pitch from Thoreau to Martz is taken high for ball 2.
Wish Kane Brady would have stayed healthy for a full season and put up some tremendous numbers. Unfortunately, injury bug bit him more than a couple of times.
Yeah, he was fighting injuries on and off all season. He did have a productive year, especially in the field for our Coyotes. Jay Martz takes a hack at the 1-1 pitch, and that's driven toward right field. And the second baseman calls the right fielder off to make the catch for the third out of the inning. No damage done as Thoreau has come out of the bullpen and done exactly what the Dogs needed him to do. Coyotes head to the top of the 6th inning, leading Prairie Baseball Academy 8-5 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And Bertzloff back on the bump for his second inning of work here. He pitched a third of an inning, got out of a jam here. He left 2 Prairie Dogs on base the last time he was on the bump here. He's going to get ready to face a fresh set of Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs here as Bertzloff comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat. It's taken high for ball 1.
Bertzloff really showing a great breaking ball when he first came out of the pen, just to retire the one batter, a little 12-6 action.
Bertzloff will be facing the center fielder Lane Curry, followed by Chance Wheatley, and the top of the order Dustin Brown. Bertzloff comes set to deliver the 1-0, and that's taken low and outside for ball 2.
2 balls, no strikes to count here. Definitely need Bertzloff to get on track. I think Wiggins knows that, and that's why he is headed out to the mound right now.
Yeah, I think Wiggins says, hey, you know, has a little words of encouragement for his pitcher, as you like to hear from your catcher. Bertzloff came into a tough spot. Like you said, Carmen, he had runners on first and second.
Yeah.
Relieved Gabe Gonzalez here, who started the game for the Coyotes. He was able to get a quick pop out to Jose Verdugo, and let's see how his second inning of work goes.
Is Gabe Gonzalez in line for the win if everything stands?
I believe he is. Yes, sir. Gabe Gonzalez would get the win if Coyotes can maintain the lead throughout the rest of this game. Next delivery from Bertzloff catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, count now runs 2 balls and 1 strike here. Prarie really fighting their tails off to stay in this game. We're down 8-2 just an inning and a half ago, and all of a sudden it's now 8-5.
No quitting this team.
Wow.
Bertzloff comebacker to the pitcher. Bertzloff gloves it and throws underhand to Jose Verdugo in time for the first out of the inning here. Very sharp play by Timmy Bertzloff coming off the mound, gloving that ball, and getting it over to Jose Verdugo for the first out. That's going to bring up number 4, the second baseman, Chance Wheatley.
Yes, we have 8, 9, and 1 potentially due up here. At least Coyotes hoping to only see those bats here, with Wheatley going 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and RBI to his name as well.
Yeah, Wheatley's had a fantastic game so far for the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs. Bertzloff comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat, and
just misses the bunt there for strike 1. He did go around, just couldn't get that bunt down. Talk about sneaky and last moment.
yeah, they did call that a strike, so it's 0-1 here to Chance Wheatley as he digs in to receive the second pitch of the at-bat from Bertzloff. And that pitch is low and inside, and it's going to even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Gotta make sure here that Wiggins at third base, make sure to play up a little bit closer on the grass.
Timmy Bertzloff comes set here to deliver the 1-1 pitch, and it's just a bit inside here for ball 2.
And a big shout out to Clyde Sayel. Says hello, CSN baseball announcers. Hello to you too.
How we doing, Clyde? Thanks for listening. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in on our YouTube channel today. We appreciate all our watchers taking some time out of your Valentine's Sunday to be here with us and listen to some Coyote baseball. We love it. Bertzloff delivers a 2-1 pitch, and that's taken high for ball 3.
Starting out the at-bat with a strike, and now going 3 balls and 1 strike here with only 1 down.
Chance Wheatley looking to get on base any way he can for his Dogs and start a rally up here in the top half of the 6th inning as Prairie's coming off a 3-run inning just last inning here. Wheatley throws the bat to the on-deck circle as he takes ball 4 high and outside, and that's going to bring up the top of the order, number 18, left fielder Dustin Brown.
Top of the order basically was held that, well, they've done their job today. I mean, they all have hits here at one point or another, the 1 through 3 bats. Dustin Brown coming up, so 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the first inning to lead off this ballgame.
Yeah. Don't blink now, Carmen. I mean, this team's within 3.
Yes.
Like you said, next thing you know, this could be a tie ball game. We know Prairie has the offensive arsenal to stay with CSN and even compete with them the whole way through. Bertzloff's first pitch to Brown is taken low and inside for ball 1.
One thing you'd like to see Blake Wiggins do a better job of here is not letting that ball eat him up, getting that glove out and being able to frame it and not let the ball, like I said, eat him up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, if you're Wiggins, you want to put a nice target out there for your pitcher here, and you want to just play catch. Bertzloff here just needs to settle in and make sure he makes his pitches.
Dangerous fastball.
The 1-0 pitch was left high and out there. It was, fortunately for CSN, fouled back into the netting here for strike 1.
Yeah, not too much action on that fastball, just left high. Fortunately, Brown was just a wee bit late on that, fouling it off the backstop.
As Bertzloff comes set here to deliver the 1-1 to Brown. He's taking a long time here as he's peering in, and Wiggins takes a peek at the runner, comes set, and fires over to first base here.
What a quick throw over there. He fired a straight fastball.
Nice job by Jose Verdugo to hold on to that ball. You said Bertzloff throwing with some intent over there. 1 ball, 1 strike as he settles in for the leadoff hitter for Prairie Baseball Academy, Dustin Brown. And Brown hits one over to Verdugo. Verdugo throws the second right back. Oh, my goodness. Verdugo should have tapped first and then thrown down to second to get the runner in a rundown. However, he does retire the leadoff batter. It's going to be the second out of the inning. Dustin Brown's going to reach on a fielder's choice. Are we going to call it an error?
Call that a fielder's choice. It would have been tough either. Well, reach first on the fielder's choice, and the throwing error gets him to second base.
So we'll call it a FC, and then the throwing error is going to get E4. Dustin Brown over to second base. Mark that at E4 in your books, folks. And that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Austin Skibler.
Skibler on the day, 2 for 3 with a single and a double. He scored on a pass ball as well.
And Bertzloff comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Skibler, which is in there for a called strike 1. Julie Maloney says hello. Thanks, Julie. We appreciate all the support here. Says she tunes into our broadcast whenever she can't be at the ballpark live. We really appreciate all our fans. Thank you so much, Julie. Hopefully you're having a great Valentine's Sunday. Bertzloff comes set to deliver his next pitch, and that's low to the backstop here. That's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to get the runner, Dustin Brown, over to third base here with 2 outs in the inning.
Coyotes trying to give this game away right now?
They really are, Carmen. It's really unfortunate to see. It looks like Bertzloff's fighting not only the Prairie Baseball Academy lineup, but himself a little bit out there on the mound as he shakes his head, disappointed with that last pitch delivery, especially the location of it. Blake Wiggins couldn't do anything with that. Bertzloff coming set here to deliver the 1-1. And it's fouled off the third base line here, almost barehanded there by the Prairie Baseball Academy coach as he throws the ball away. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Dangerous curveball right there, too. Ball just fell off the table at the last moment. He did get a good piece of it, did Shibler, but just fouls it off.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to hang a little more in the zone. Good thing it didn't. Like you said, if Skibler would have had an opportunity to get good wood on that, that would have definitely plated that run from third. Bertzloff comes set to deliver the 1-2. And is taken just low for ball 2. Deuces are wild here in the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Visiting half, top half of the 6th inning. CSN holding an 8-5 lead over the Prairie Baseball Academy Dogs, but they're in a dogfight, pun intended.
Without a doubt, it's been a great game to watch.
Bertzloff delivers the 2-2, and a great job by Wiggins to get over and block that low pitch here. It's going to be called ball 3. It's going to bring the count full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Bertzloff here does not want to give a free pass to Skibler and bring up the number 3 hitter, Corey Scammell.
Have some action in the bullpen. Looks like Ben Cutting getting warm for the Coyotes right now as well. Left-handed relief pitcher for the Coyotes from Arbor View High School.
Proud of the Arbor View Aggies, as Gabe Gonzalez is as well. That next pitch is grounded to short. Mart's up with it, makes a strong throw over to Verdugo in time to retire the batter and keep the runner from third from scoring here. So Coyotes in and out of some trouble here as Timmy Bertzloff completes the inning. No runs, 1 hit. Coyotes remain ahead 8-5 here as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning on the Coyotes Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks, as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning here. Leading off will be the bottom of the order. It's going to be number 15, third baseman Jarrett Perns. And then we'll go back to the top here with second baseman number 32, Dylan Johnson, followed by the new center fielder, Cade Urban, who, of course, replaced the starter Jarrell Latham. Came in and pinch hit for him a couple innings ago.
Looks like right now the substitution might have taken place a little bit too early. Thought they had the lead in the game in hand. All of a sudden now a 3-run ball game.
Yep, Jarrell out of the game here. He had some fantastic swings while he was in the game. First pitch to Perns is low and inside for ball 1. Thoreau has... Oh,
go ahead. No, you're good.
I was just going to say Thoreau has done a fantastic job here keeping his team in it, putting up some zeros for his Prairie Dogs. As the 1-0 offering is grounded up. Oh, great stab by the shortstop, but unfortunately he throws wide of his first baseman.
Yeah.
And Perns is going to trot into second
Single
here.
E6.
Single E6 is going to move Perns into scoring position here. The Coyotes get the leadoff runner to second base here, and that's going to bring up the top of the order. Second baseman number 32, Dylan Johnson.
DJ on the night, 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. See if you can add to his totals right now. Runner in scoring position. Coyotes need to add some more runs for sure.
Dylan Johnson, of course, steps into the plate here with a team high. Well, not a team high. I'm sorry. He's batting .370 on the season.
That's a ground
Newson,
ball.
of course,
shortstop up with it down to first, and he has it for out number 1.
Johnson with a productive ground out there to the shortstop.
Yes.
Even though he does get retired at first base, he does move Perns into third base here with less than 2 outs. It's all about manufacturing runs, Carmen. We bring that up quite a bit. And CSN here has an opportunity to score a run without getting a hit.
Yes, small ball. That's what it's called. That's one of my favorite brands of baseball besides long ball.
Right, we all love the long ball, as do the Chicks. And here comes Cade Urban as he steps in for his second plate appearance of the afternoon. And Thoreau's first offering to Cade Urban is taken on the outside corner for a called strike.
Entire Prarie infield pulled in here, preventing a run from scoring on any ball hit on the infield right now. See if the shift pays off or not. A lot of times I see this, especially with one out, hit over, line drive over the heads.
Well, they said it's almost it increases the batter's chances almost 3 times from what he normally is to get a hit past a drawn-in infield.
I would take it as a batter. Come on in.
Next pitch by Thoreau is a called strike on the outside corner here. It's going to bring the count to no balls and 2 strikes.
And that stat you brought up, you're saying it increases the chance when they pull in like this? Great stat.
Absolutely does here. Thoreau set to deliver here. As Urban hits a chopper back to Thoreau, he looks the runner back to third, throws in first with plenty of time to retire Urban for the second out of the inning.
2 relatively quick outs after Perns reach first safely. It's going to bring up Blake Wiggins here, who's 2 for 3 on the day with a double, a single, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Unbelievable day.
Blake Wiggins having himself a fantastic year, 13 games into the season. Like I said, we couldn't have asked for more here. As CSN fans, it's just a treat to watch this young man take a hack at a ball anytime he's in a batting cage, a live game. I mean, he's just a treat to watch. Thoreau comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Wiggins. It's going to be low for ball 1.
Blake Wiggins, one swing of the bat can really turn the momentum in favor of the Coyotes too. Right now, I think the Prairie Dogs are playing with quite a bit of momentum here. Coyotes really need to steal it back from these Dogs.
That's a huge run on third there if Wiggins can get him home. Thoreau comes set to deliver the 1-0, and that's taken low and outside for ball 2.
Oh, it gets away as the catcher fires it back.
And we got some heads-up base running there by Jarrett Perns, and he's getting a touch home plate. Just like we said, Carmen, that was a huge run hanging out there on third. Wiggins does not have to deliver a hit. That was just a bad throwback to the pitcher, honestly. I mean, if you're the catcher, you got to be aware of the situation. You got to make sure that ball gets there. That's just an unforced error. Yes,
small ball also constitutes heads-up baseball. And speaking of heads-up.
Wow, Thoreau coming high and tight on Blake Wiggins here. Inside for ball 3. He's got to be a little bit frustrated. You know, he's come out, he's done his job, he's pitched well, and to see a run across the plate without a base hit, that's got to be a little bit deflating for Thoreau out there on the mound.
I agree.
He comes struggling. Set to deliver the 3-0 to Wiggins, and that's right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Nice pitch there. Get over for strike 1, get back into the at-bat here, and just keep battling. That's all you can do is put that last mistake and run behind you and just keep moving forward. Can't rewind time.
That's exactly right. Just got to move on to the next pitch. And the next pitch from Thoreau to Blake Wiggins is taken low and outside for ball 4. As Wiggins trots over to first, we may have a courtesy runner for him. Let's see what happens.
Would not be surprised as he's going to take his batting helmet off, and it's going to be Tyler Long once again coming into pinch run. It'll be his third time now coming into pinch run. He scored both times.
As he did, Like you said, Tyler Long very active and quick on the base pass, and that's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, left fielder number 19, Jordan Hand.
1 for 3 on the day with a single and a run scored all the way back in the first inning. Seems like forever ago.
Right?
Yes.
Seems like many moons ago. Thoreau comes set to deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Hand. He drives it to right field, and that's over the right fielder's glove here. Tyler Long using those wheels. Garitano waving him home from third, and he's going to get there without a throw.
Hit and run executed to perfection. I mean, he lines it over the right fielder's head and off the Greenspun Media Group sign in right field and winds up bringing in Long, and you have a stand-up double for Hand.
You called it, Carmen. Excellent speed on first. The hit and run on. Jordan Hand does a great job of slicing that ball just over the outreach glove of the right fielder. It's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Tyler Long scoring on that RBI double from Hand as he stands at second with Brody Westmoreland, the right fielder, coming up to the bat.
That's the momentum I was looking for.
Oh, Brody takes a real big hack at one, and unfortunately that's going to just be a lazy fly ball to the right fielder. He squeezes it for out number 3 of the inning, but the Coyotes do rustle that momentum back from the Dogs, scoring 2 runs in the home half of the 6th and extending their lead over Prairie Baseball Academy to 10-5 here on the Coyote Sports Network. And welcome back to the broadcast, folks. CSN has gone to the pen for a second time tonight, and that's going to bring out the lefty Ben Cutting. Cutting's due to face for Prarie this inning Corey Scammell, the right fielder, followed by Mitch Grisbrook and Brett Semenia.
Bertzloff did a nice job coming in for about 2 innings worth of work and getting the job done when he needed to.
Cutting comes set to deliver the first pitch, and that's a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate for strike one.
Ben Cutting coming in to this ball game with a 1-0 record. ERA stands at 1.13 with 12 strikeouts, only 3 walks.
Cutting set to deliver the 0-1, and that's
the offer.
Just a little bit low for ball one. Like you said, Carmen, very rare to see someone at this level come and command and throw 4 pitches for strikes, and that's exactly what Ben Cutting does.
Yes, we were talking during the break. Ben Cutting has a cutter, fastball, changeup, and next pitch, James.
Right. Next pitch is going to be offered on, but swung on for missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, fastball, curveball, changeup, and cutter. That's his repertoire. There you go, everybody.
Yeah, we just saw the curveball fall off the plate there for strike 2. It was offered at by Corey Scammell here. He's behind the count 1-2 as Cutting comes set to deliver the 1-2 pitch to Scammell. Ooh. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch. He had no chance, I mean, to laugh, folks, but that was sitting there on the table. It broke off so hard. Corey Scammell just started walking back to the dugout. I believe that's Cutting's 13th strikeout of
yes,
the season,
it is.
Carmen?
Yes, good call.
13 strikeouts in limited relief time, folks. That's a very impressive number to have this early in the year, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 36, Mitch Grisbrook.
Mitch Grisbrook is 0 for 3 on the day. Strikeout, a ground out, and a flyout. He's got out just about everywhere he can.
Cutting delivers the first pitch of the at-bat to Grisbrook. Just misses inside. Tight for ball one.
A cutter coming from the left-handed side can be almost impossible to hit as long as you can control the outside portion of the zone, because once he breaks you off with that cutter inside, it really saws off the bat.
Yes, it does. This lefty is very tough as his next pitch misses high and inside for ball 2.
And watching his bullpens, you really see how much movement that cutter and fastball have, and his changeup is also pretty fantastic as well.
And Cutting comes set to deliver the 1-2. The pitch is fouled back into the screen here. I have a question from one of our YouTube viewers, Clyde Sale. Clyde says it seems the Coyotes have the bats, but do they have the pitching to repeat as Scenic West champs? After this pitch, Carmen and I will address that for you, Clyde. As Cutting comes set to deliver the 2-1 pitch. Peering in here for the sign from Wiggins, and he delivers. Pitch is taken outside for ball 3. Carmen?
Absolutely is the answer. This is a young freshman staff that's coming on here. They have some great stuff. We've seen a lot of it in action this week live. They've really improved since their last couple outings, and they improved all weekend. I mean, that's all you could say. This entire set, they've really looked good. Today's been kind of a rough day for our pitching, but if you watched any of the previous games, you go back on YouTube and check out some of the film. This pitching has been terrific.
3-1 pitch is cut on and missed. It's going to bring the count full as Cutting comes set to deliver the full count pitch, and that's grounded to third base, come up with by Perns and thrown over to Verdugo to retire him for the first out of the inning. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Carmen. I mean, when you add an electric arm like Mikey York's to A.J. Jones's, Gabe Gonzalez, the top of the lineup here, the starters are fantastic. You also got to think that you have a guy like David Kuzma who's going to come back and be a welcome addition, maybe as a starter, maybe out of the bullpen, maybe a setup guy.
I think that's the hidden weapon is David Kuzma.
Yes.
Nobody really knows about is the first pitch is a curveball that gets over for strike 1. David Kuzma coming off of Tommy John, actually, had elbow surgery.
Yep.
About, what was that?
Cutting ahead 0-1 to Semeniuk. Semeniuk swings and misses at the 0-2. Or, excuse me, at the next offering. It's going to bring the count to no balls and 2 strikes here as Ben Cutting is looking for a very quick inning here in the top half of the 7th.
See what he can do here quickly ahead 0-2. Takes a break. And I was saying David Kuzma, he will be on the mound for the Coyotes when conference play begins. He just coming off his 1-year anniversary of the Tommy John surgery.
Got Sage Diem. I mean, there's some arms to be had there. Tyler Hallett, Julian Barola.
Mikey York as well last night, showing a great performance, hitting 94 miles an hour on the gun. I was talking to David Kuzma about Mikey York, and he said Mikey never threw that hard until after the surgery.
Yeah, Mikey York is special. I mean, son of a former Major League player himself. Like you said, Mikey York comes in as the wild card. If he's able to settle in at the top of the rotation with the other arms we have, this staff is going to be absolutely dynamite. So, Clyde, stay tuned, stay posted, keep watching, and root on these Coyotes. I think they have something special brewing. It might just lead to a trip to Grand Junction. Yeah, lazy fly ball to left field is going to be squeezed by Jordan Hand for the third out of the inning, folks. And just like that, it's time to stretch here on Valentine's Day at Moore Stadium. Coyotes leading the Prairie Dogs 10-5 on the Coyote Sports Network.
Hey, Drew, we're getting some interaction, man. Twitter.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. They're so cool. Yeah. That's great, dude. It's my favorite. There you go. I know. That's super cool, man. The row still out there, or is that you pitching? 49. Low.
And welcome back to the broadcast, folks, as we just took some time to stretch here at Moore Stadium. 7th-inning stretch, always a fun time at the ballpark. New pitcher for the Prairie Dogs is going to be number 49, Justin Logan. Right-hander coming to us here. He'll be Prairie Baseball Academy's third pitcher of the afternoon. And Logan will come set here, deliver his last warm-up pitch, and he's going to face the middle part of the Coyote lineup here. It's going to bring up
Newson, Verdugo, and March.
There you go, Carmen.
Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? Just make sure 6, 7, and 8 due up. And really quick to follow up on the question about do the Coyotes have the pitching. Back to David Kuzma, if you want to talk about electric stuff. It was 2 years ago he was here. One of the nastiest curveballs I've ever seen in person. I've seen just about every level of baseball played. David Kuzma has electric stuff, and cannot wait for him to get back out here. I'm sure he'll come out in a long relief appearance at some point, middle relief appearance, and you'll exactly be able to see his stuff.
And Logan's first pitch to Drew Newson is a breaking pitch that misses on the inside for ball 1.
Newson is 2 for 2 on the day with an
And like
RBI.
you said, let's not give all the credit to our starters, Carmen. We have the 2015 Scenic West Athletic Conference reliever of the year, Alec Hutt, at the back end of the bullpen.
Yes.
Big righty Tyler Hallett, like we said, Julian Barola. There's plenty of depth in the middle relief and the back end of the bullpen here. So I think the Coyotes pitching staff is absolute dynamite this year, but time's going to tell. Logan comes set to deliver the 2-0 to Newson. And that's taken a little bit low and outside for ball 3.
Wind starting to pick up here at the ballpark, moving from left to right. So a lot of these opposite field shots that they've been hitting all weekend will really get out of here in a hurry.
Oh, man, if the Coyotes have the aid of the wind, their bats have already been doing some serious magic as Newson takes a 4-pitch walk here to lead off the home half of the 7th for the Coyotes.
Everybody listening, this is the best eye on the team. We know Jesse Kaiser has 5 straight walks in a row on his stat sheet, but the best eye on this team, without a doubt, is Drew Newson. He sees the most pitches per plate appearance, and it's going to bring up the first baseman, number 24, Jose Verdugo, who's 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a run scored himself.
Yeah, agree with that 100%. Newson's eye is fantastic here. Barry Bonds-esque as Logan comes set to deliver to Jose Verdugo. Strike 1. And, of course, in all honesty, folks, like I said, I say Barry Bonds-esque. I mean, he... You know, whether you liked him as a player, whether you liked his off-field antics, one of the best eyes at the plate in the history of the game of baseball. And, he was always a guy who only got a few pitches to hit, and he never missed them. Logan comes set to deliver. Drew Newson takes off for second base, and he's in there with a steal. Head first slide there. He gets into second base.
How often outside of Russell Martin do you see a catcher stealing bases?
None that I'm aware of. At least not at the major league level.
Yeah, very rare. Even Russell Martin had to cut down with the wear and tear on his knees. You saw him with Toronto last year.
Maybe young Jason Kendall when he was catching before he broke his leg. But it's very rare to see a catcher with that kind of speed.
Just to let everybody know, I have a real baseball fan here in James Hernandez. To reference Jason Kendall, that's a little bit of a throwback here. I love it. And that's how you know this man knows his baseball, and big kudos on the mic, James.
Thank you, Carmen. I appreciate that. Next pitch by Logan is taken wide and outside by Verdugo for ball 2. Logan comes set to deliver the 2-1 to Jose. And that pitch is also a little bit low and down. It's going to be ball 3.
3 balls, 1 strike. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but Verdugo gets on. Game-winning run could potentially be On deck here, 8 runs.
8 runs after 7. You guys know the game here. 8 runs after 7. Carmen's absolutely right. If Verdugo does reach, that would be the game-winning run for the Coyotes. As he grounds at third base, third baseman up with it in plenty of time, makes a high throw. But the first baseman is able to adjust, come down with it, and touch the bag for out number 1 of the inning.
Great athleticism shown by Malley over there at first base, having to jump way up in the air to
Very,
get that baseball.
very nice
He's
play.
a tall first baseman,
Yep.
good thing, as most first basemen are, to handle those errant throws, and he brought that ball back down.
He needed every inch of that frame to get that, but he's able to pull it down, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jay Martz.
Jay Martz, 0 for 2 on the day with a fielder's choice. Reached on a sacrifice bunt. I believe it's RBI as well. He does.
Yeah,
Bringing
Jay
in a
does
run to
have an
score.
RBI to his credit. Yep.
Yeah, Verdugo on the sacrifice. Runner in scoring position. Coyotes looking to add to their 10-5 lead here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Coyotes have ended 3 of their 4 games on this homestand via the run rule here. CSN looking to do that here Sunday afternoon if they can get a couple more runs off Logan. The first pitch to Martz from Logan is taken on the outside corner for strike 1.
Some people might say, well, what was he looking at on that first pitch? But that was a nasty changeup that
Very.
really took a late dive and hit the outside corner. Going to keep him honest now, having to cover both sides of the plate and setting the tempo with that first pitch changeup.
Yep. Jay Martz has Newsom on second, and Logan
Now give Logan
steps off the bump there to give a look to Newsom, make sure he's not going to swipe third.
Yeah, give Logan some credit as well. Starting out, a lot of guys, especially this level, like to start out first pitch fastball. To start out with a first pitch changeup, wow.
Yeah, pitch it backwards, as they call it, Carmen. And Newsom takes off for third and is safe with a head-first slide. Drew Newsom, 2 stolen bases in the inning.
Unbelievable. And one crazy thing about that stolen base there was he hesitated. He actually, instead of running through, he looked at the catcher and then slid into the bag late. So
Wow.
He's just doing it all this weekend, Drew Newsom.
What can't Drew Newsom do? I don't know.
Right? I know. He's just
Now he's swiping bags on us. Jay Martz here comes set. Situational hitting coming into play here because he has an opportunity to score that runner from third just by hitting a ground ball the other way, a fly ball to the outfield. Situational hitting is what we call it. We need that kind of baseball here at CSN. You're not always going to have the luxury of hit after hit. You need to learn how to manufacture runs. It's a great opportunity here for Martz as he awaits the 1-2 from Logan. And the 1-2 is taken low and outside.
And the catcher behind the plate, Vidic, not doing anything really to help his pitcher, trying to frame a pitch. He's letting every breaking ball take him. Can't keep that glove stiff out there and try to get really any framage going on.
Right, you got to help your pitcher out. Logan comes set, delivers a 2-2 to Martz, and he fights that off foul off the third base side.
Interesting stat. I was watching the MLB Network this morning. They had top 10 catchers in the game, and they finally put in the stat where they factored in the framing percentage and how much your frame actually affects your overall worth as a catcher. And I love that stat that's being introduced to the game this year.
Fantastic stat. Long overdue. Logan, the 2-2 delivery just misses wide outside. That's going to run the count full 3-2.
And when you try to frame late, as we were talking about here, the umpire's not going to give it to you because he's seen you miss twice, and now you're almost making up for a lack of framage there. And
yes. But you're right, though, Carmen. I mean, that's a huge stat and it's very important here. Catchers don't get the credit they deserve as the 3-2 pitch is fouled off by Martz behind us. They don't get the credit they deserve for handling the pitching staff and really doing what they need to do. They control the game. They're coaches on the field.
Yes, they direct the infield. I mean, they're like in a way, they're the general. They're almost like the quarterback.
They are. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Logan delivers a 3-2 to Martz.
Right.
That's taken wide outside for ball 4. Martz trots to first base here as Coyotes are on the corner here for the number 9 hitter, third baseman Jarrett Perns, who has 2 hits to his name today.
Could end this game with one swing of the bat. We have seen Jarrett Perns not hit a home run this year, but does have 3 RBIs.
It's always a great time for your first here. Yes. Valentine's Day would be a great way to show his love, so to speak, here and send the Coyotes off winners again here. They've scored 13 runs in 2 ball games. Let's see if they can do it for a third time.
Sure, some of the staff up here would love it, working the entire tournament.
It's been a fun time. We have a really, really fun crew up here in the press box. But, anytime you can get out of the ballpark a little early, I don't think anyone's going to complain.
I will hold my tongue.
Logan, we may have just jinxed it here. We may have just called for extra innings, folks.
I don't believe in that.
See how the baseball gods treat us. Logan delivers to Perns. Perns hits one through the hole on the right-hand side here, gets past the second baseman into right field. That's going to score Drew Newsom from third. Coyotes' 11th run of the ball game as they now lead the Prairie Dogs 11-5 here. 13 hits for the Coyotes as Jared Burns keeps the magic going, and that's going to take us to the top of the batting order.
Yes.
As the second baseman DJ Dylan Johnson steps in the box with runners on first and second, and still only one out in the inning.
We were talking about superstition. I have a little interesting story to tell you after this first pitch.
And the first pitch from Logan is taken for a strike on the inside corner.
So talking to hitting coach Brian Maloney, I tried to ask him the last 2 days, what are you doing? What's your plan for the hitting? He said, we're not talking about it. No quotes, no nothing from hitting coach Brian Maloney. Superstition really taking over.
There you go.
As long as it's working, no need to comment.
Logan's next pitch is fouled off the first base side by Dylan Johnson. Going to run the count to 0-2. I like Maloney's approach there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
Absolutely.
if it is working, don't talk about it.
I asked him, what do you tell these guys after the great performances? He said, not speaking on any of this. I said, okay, I'll let you go, and no quote from you until...
Sometimes no comment is the best comment, Carmen.
Exactly, yeah. We learned from the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Logan comes set to deliver the 0-2 to Johnson, and DJ wears that in the shoulder. Ouch. Hope he's okay as he trots to first base here.
He'll take it to get that game-winning run to second base.
Especially on an 0-2 pitch. You know Logan is not happy there. He wanted to make a more quality pitch there on 0-2. DJ trots to first base. Coyotes now at every bag for Cade Urban, the new center fielder. Of course, he took over for Jarrell Latham as Latham played a couple innings, got a couple clutch hits, and is now sitting on the bench enjoying this game as we are.
I know line drive wins a game. I'd like to see a bunt here, even though there's a force out at every base. Get a good bunt down, infield not ready for it by any means right now.
Nope, and Cade is quick. The first offering from Logan is taken low for ball one. Urban is quick, like you said, Carmen, with a great idea there. If a bunt goes up the line, the way the first baseman and third baseman are playing, I really think Urban would have a legitimate shot to beat that out. He's got some speed if the ball's on the ground here. Garrettano's been very aggressive with his base runners. Let's see what he has in store. And Urban drives one to the left center field gap. Looks like the left fielder has a beat on it. He comes up and makes the catch and makes a very, very strong throw to the plate, holding the runner at third base here. That's going to be the second out of the inning for CSN, and that's going to bring up number 23.
Oh, boy.
Catcher Blake Wiggins.
Talk about a big situation here and a scary situation for Logan on the hill right now. Game winner potentially in the end of his bat here.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that could end it with one swing of the bat. There's a fantastic gap here if you're watching at home, folks, between the center fielder and the right fielder. Blake Wiggins uses that inside-out approach, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him attack that gap. If he puts one out there, we're going home.
And it's going to happen here too, James.
And Wiggins set for the first pitch from Logan, and that's taken low and outside for ball one. Logan may help out himself here if he, keeps pitching like this to Blake Wiggins. You don't want to fall behind him. You definitely don't want to walk in a run here if you're Logan.
Absolutely. Got to be careful the way you pitch Wiggins, though.
Wiggins looking to grip it and rip it here as he fouls one back behind the press box, and that's going to run the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike here. 2 outs in the inning. Coyotes do have 1 run in. 13 hits this afternoon so far for CSN.
Yeah, terrific offensive output once again. I mean, they just don't stop. They really just don't stop.
They really do not here. Wiggins set for the 1-1 from Logan, and that's taken low and outside for ball 2. Wiggins in complete control with this at bat here. Love the hack he took, even though he was a little behind and fouled that back. You can tell he's hunting for his fastball, as they say, grip it and rip it here. You know Garrettano's telling Wiggins to do exactly that. Logan comes set at the belt to deliver the 2-1 to Wiggins, and that's tight. Hits him.
Almost grazes the jersey a little bit. I thought it did. It did not, though. You don't see Wiggins making
No,
a fuss.
He didn't make any gesture or move. It looks like it's ball 3, and he's looking at a favorable hitter's count here, looking to end the ball game with 1 swing of the bat. Logan comes set to deliver, and Blake Wiggins takes high and inside for ball 4. Give Blake an RBI here as Coyotes move station to station.
Martz comes in to score. Perns moves to third.
And Martz touches home for the 12th Coyote run of the afternoon. And that's going to bring up left fielder number 19, Jordan Hand. We've seen him, Carmen, in the first game of the Coyote slug-out, second game against Okanagan College with a laser shot over the left center field wall, walk-off style to end the game for the Coyotes.
Yep, entire infield pulled back right now.
Jordan
for that power.
I think Jordan Hand is ready to let loose here on one. Logan delivers a pitch, and Jordan Hand lets loose. I may have called it, folks. And that is gone. We're talking grand salami here for Jordan Hand. Another walk-off for the Coyotes as they're going to plate runs 15 and now 16 as Mr. Hand comes around to touch the base. As Carmen's father calls this lineup, they're the 27 Yankees. They resurrected him again. He has a little fun with it. Jordan Hand with some high fives for his teammates. Coyotes walk off for the 4th time in 5 games via the run rule. Carmen, talk about it.
Well, before I talk about anything, you called it. I mean, you said it. I mean, at the crack of the bat, that ball went flying over the left field wall. I had no doubt that ball was gone.
Oh,
I mean,
fans.
what a shot.
Man, we are having a good time with these Coyotes here. Watching these guys hit is a real special privilege here. Jordan Hand, my goodness. That ball just got out of here in a hurry. Very similar fashion to the walk-off on Tuesday night. CSN has now won the first 5 games of this homestand, 6 in a row. Carmen, talk about the Coyotes.
I don't even know where to start. The pitching has been great today. It was a little bit off. The bats have been unbelievable. I mean, the offense hasn't stopped. This is, 16 runs today, James? You have the exact runs scored in how many games?
Yeah, we have 56 runs scored, Carmen, in the last 5 games. So if you're doing the math at home, you don't have to be a math whiz to know that equates to 11.2 runs scored per game.
My goodness.
The CSN Coyotes had a team-high 19 hits or season-high 19 hits 2 games ago. They had 14 tonight. They're just on fire.
Absolutely, and the offense is clicking on all cylinders. If it's not one bat, it's another, and sometimes it is the usual suspects like Hand there. It actually was a triple shy of the cycle as well. A single, double, and a home run. The entire 1 through 5, I believe, had a hit today and scored in one fashion or another in the bottom of the lineup. Really getting in on the act too. Drew Newsom having a heck of a day once again. Scoring a run, walking a couple times, bringing in a run himself. Jose Verdugo getting in. Martz getting in on the action. Perns had a triple, 2 singles, an RBI. 2 RBIs on the day. This team was on fire.
Folks, this team, like I said, has a chance to shatter some CSN hitting records here on the base pass.
Yes.
We want to say thank you again to Julie Maloney, Clyde Sale, Ross Jones, Nick and Spencer Armstrong, Hayden Garrett, AJ Uriarty, everybody who was listening out there on this special Valentine's Day, folks. Thanks again for tuning into CSN Baseball. We're off tomorrow for President's Day. Carmen and I will be right back in the booth Tuesday night against this same Prarie Baseball Academy as our CSN Coyotes go for win number 7 in a row. Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Make your plans to join us out here at Moore Stadium. I'm James Hernandez.
I'm Carmen Colosimo.
Guys, have a great night. Happy Valentine's Day, and thanks for listening on the Coyote Sports Network.